an NBC 75th anniversary event.
You need my help.
An all-new Crossing Jordan, joined by one of television's greatest medical examiners.
This girl killed her mother.
In a case where the clues are misleading.
I will not let anything happen to you.
And the killer's right in front of you. Jack Klugman guest stars. And
to move on in their bid this year in the playoffs. Dick Stockton along with Hubie Brown and Cheryl Miller. And with Vince Carter unable to play because of injury, Antonio Davis has assumed the role of go-to guy for the Raptors. He had a career playoff high 30 points in winning for Toronto the other night. And the Raptors really accomplished a lot of the things, Hubie, that they failed to do in losing the first two games.
Well, first, they were quicker. And they also dominated the paint points for the first time in this series. Antonio Davis, naturally with the 30 points, led the charge. But the other four starters chipped in with 12 to 18. They've not had that balance. Now, we asked, could they shoot a high percentage? Well, how about 49 from the field? And they actually made 9 out of 12, 19 out of 20 foul shots for the first time. The defense, outstanding. They got their double figures in steals and then a ton of block shots. Now, the player who has stepped up, not only accepted the leadership, but also, how about these numbers? He's jumped 7 points in scoring to 22. The field goal percentage at 54. The rebounds are up, and you can see the 30 points in Game 3. Now, in this series, think about it. Inside people, Davis, Clark, Olajuwon, all shooting over 50%. They need more catches. And then you got to look at it this way and just say that it's here for them, but can they do it back-to-back in the shooting?
We may be saying that all night long. Meanwhile, in looking at the Detroit Pistons' performance on Saturday night, it seems that one major area led to their downfall.
Well, I think you have to look at it and say this. There were so many pluses in this game. Their bench, absolutely outstanding. 32-5. Paced by Corliss Williamson's 14 points and 9 boards. They shoot a heavy 47%. They actually make 9 threes, and they shoot a beautiful percentage. They get to the foul line. Once again, they make their foul shot. The easy points are plus 12, meaning fast break and second shot. Well, one went wrong. Well, how about 23 turnovers uncharacteristically, and it killed them because it cost them 26 points at the other end of the floor. Now, what must change in this game? And we all know that Jerry Stackhouse cannot come in at halftime with 0 points and then 0 foul shot attempts. We know that 10 shot attempts is not enough for your main guy. Plus, Ben Wallace was somewhat kept under control with only 11 rebounds. So we step back from Detroit and we look at them and we say, can you come out tonight realizing, cut down on the turnovers, play your aggressive game, and let's see you get out on the floor and play Piston basketball. Sounds easy.
And they're still waiting for Cliff Robinson, the veteran of so many years in the playoffs, to come through on the attack. So coming up, it'll be Game 4 between the Pistons and the Raptors from Canada.
On to CNNSI.com. Sports Illustrated at the speed of CNN.
It was 1969. Peace, love, and music were in the air. And these guys?
Anyone seen my slide rule?
Were nowhere near it.
Give it a whirl.
They were busy developing what would become the internet. As the internet evolved, so have we. BBN became GTE Internetworking. And today, we're Genuity, providing e-business solutions from the people who started it all. Genuity.
Why spend a little more for a John Deere lawn tractor? The same reason you spend a little more time working on your yard. Because at the end of the day, it's worth it. The award-winning John Deere LT Series. Welded frames for durability, professional cut quality, exceptional versatility, and the support of thousands of knowledgeable John Deere professionals nationwide. The John Deere LT Series. Nothing runs like a deer.
Oh, baby, is that you? Baby, you've changed.
Nestle introduces the best-tasting Baby Ruth ever with a tastier, softer center. America's baby just got better.
Subway has a new bread made with that bee guy's honey and his oats.
Oh, whoa.
Hey, Subway's this way!
Subway's new Honey Oat on Wheat starts with tasty wheat bread. Then we coat it with honey and oats and bake it all together.
Subway, eat fresh!
Armor All Protectant Wipes. Armor All Shine and Protection in a wipe.
Excuse me. Where'd you get the blimp? I bought a set of Goodyear tires. I want some Goodyear tires.
Okay, honey.
At Sears Auto Center, all Goodyear tires are on sale at the lowest prices of the season. Sears, where else?
You're not the best planner.
Honey, you know how I feel about you and the boys.
I understand. You'll do the best you can. He's your most important client.
I have to take this call. It's Alan.
Love you. Talk to you later.
American Express, the Lion King is a gold card event. I have 4 tickets, front and center.
How did you pull this one off?
Planning.
I taught him how to do that reverse slam dunk.
I taught him the fundamentals.
Boxing out.
Boxing out.
Dipsy doing.
Rebound.
Twist people up.
Bounce pass.
That's me.
I taught him.
I showed him that.
That's me.
Not you, me. That was me.
Who you gonna listen to? How about yourself? Obey your thirst. Sprite.
I thought you told him to be a dentist. Man, don't move your head.
Come on!
At Michelin, our tires are rigorously tested. They're laser checked, X-rayed for structural integrity. And finally, no tire leaves the factory without a thorough hand inspection. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
My house, my other house, my kids, number 51, number 20, where I sleep, where I eat, where I do business, where I want my ashes scattered, my soulmate, my guidance counselor, my sheep, where the wild things are, what I wear, the complete wardrobe, what I count to fall asleep at night, where I run to drown my sorrows, where I run to celebrate, my surgeon, my religion, my life, baseball, Triple Play 2002, how committed are you? EA Sports, it's in the game, rated E for everyone.
And as you might expect, great crowd support again here at the Air Canada Centre for the Raptors, who hope this is not their last game of the season, selling out all but one game this year. And right now, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup presented by Circuit City. Curry, Wallace, Robinson, Stackhouse, and Atkins for the Pistons. The Raptors going with the same lineup for the 3rd straight game, and they have been successful since Chris Childs moved into the starting lineup the latter part of game 2 and in winning in game number 3. Well, the work, of course, is not done for Saturday night's hero Antonio Davis. And for more on that, here is Cheryl Miller.
Well, Dick and Hubie, as you already mentioned, when Vince Carter went down, there was no question that Antonio Davis stepped up, put this team on the shoulders, and carried them and became the leader of the team. Well, Antonio admitted before the game that he was feeling a little bit nervous, so he gave a former teammate a phone call who has some experience in pressure situations. Indiana's Reggie Miller told him, Antonio, make sure that the offense goes through you. Everything goes through you. Keep your guys focused, relax, and accept tonight's challenge. Go out and lead by example. Guys?
I hope it was not a collect call, Cheryl, and I hope Reggie didn't have to say, Antonio Davis is on the line. Do you accept the call? All right, I will. In any event, there he is, and as he told his wife, Kendra, he says, you know you've arrived when they put you on the podium after the game to talk to the media. Only the best players do that, and it's been a long while since he was in that position. The officials working tonight's game, Bernie Fryer, Ron Garrettson, and Mark Wunderlich. Fryer, of course, who is the official who waved off Baron Davis's three-pointer at the end of regulation on Saturday, and the game in which the Hornets won in overtime. And Bernie, talking to him before the game, said, look, I was fooled on how quick Baron Davis was in getting off the shot. I made a mistake, and that's it. And we all move on as we're set to go for game 4.
It's a big question mark tonight for Toronto. We know the inside guys will shoot a solid percentage. The pressure are on the 3 perimeter positions for these guys to come out of their slump for a second consecutive night of some torrid percentages.
Once again, the Pistons finishing strong, winning 18 of their last 21 on the road, despite the fact that they lost the first game here. And Atkins, who was the early offensive hero with the ball, and now Curry.
Well, Detroit trying to get Stackhouse going early and also to develop some kind of a low post game.
Slapped away by Alvin Williams, and Chris Childs on the easy basket gives the Raptors the lead.
Well, it's nice to see. You love to see the energy right off the get-go. Force that turnover, transition game.
Curry looking inside for Stackhouse, and Morris Peterson, who did a terrific job on Saturday, as Stackhouse missing his first shot of the game.
Main thing is to get him involved. And I think at halftime, anytime you see a primetime scorer like Stackhouse with 0 points, you know, you really wonder.
Chris Childs with the 3, and now the Pistons get it back. So the Raptors leading with a minute gone by here in game 4.
And the guy to be careful with defensively, you've got to pay attention to Chucky Atkins. He's been very consistent in this series.
And Atkins is short with his first shot of the game. Atkins scored 13 of the first 16 points for Detroit on Saturday. Here is Davis down low, defended by Wallace, and they're going to call the foul on Ben Wallace. So the Pistons already with a turnover and a foul with one of their big men.
Well, you want to go down inside. That's a matchup anytime that you could force Ben Wallace to play man-to-man, because they're not trapping in this series on Antonio Davis in the post.
And not a good pass from Childs to Williams cutting in, and perhaps not a good angle either as Detroit gets it back.
Well, Childs realizes that Williams was open. It was just that he gave it too hard. It was too hard and below the belt.
Nothing below the belt. Very important. So Atkins guarded by Childs, and here is Stackhouse with the catch and shot. So Stackhouse, who is scoreless till a free throw, 4 minutes into the second half, is on the board.
Well, I like what I saw there. Down screen, Stackhouse read the defense. He just drifted. We call that a bump. He bumped right to the corner.
Peterson stumbling to the basket, and the rebound by Wallace quickly out to Stackhouse.
Yeah, now this is their game. The open floor is their game.
And Curry, who's really not an offensive factor, driving in and gets the foul. So Michael Curry, who is scoreless in 2 of the 3 games so far in this series, is fouled.
Curry's in there because of his defense, his leadership, and he's a coach on the floor. This comes right from the head coach, Rick Carlisle. And he's a steady influence on this group. And it allows Corliss Williamson to come off the bench with that second unit and come in shooting, and it gives that second group a different type of a personality.
Keon Clark committing the foul, and it's so important to have that role player. That's why the Raptors make Eric Montross, because then they could bring Keon Clark off the bench, so it affects the rotation.
Well, not only is Carter out, but Eric Montross is out with a heel injury, and this has really hurt their timing and their rotations.
Clark goes back to Childs. Childs fires. This is his second from the field.
Well, that screen and spot up on the left side of the floor has been a major plus for Toronto in this series.
Robinson gets it back to Stackhouse. Pulled away, and Jerry Stackhouse, who scored 31, his playoff career high in game number 2, gives the Pistons a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, I like what I'm saying. He's lively tonight. He's lively. He's very active.
Peterson from the perimeter, and the Raptors settling for outside shots early on.
Yeah, I don't buy that for Peterson right now. You know, Peterson is struggling. He's now 0 for 10 in threes in this series. I know he's a very good three-point shooter. Where he's made his most damage is taking it off the dribble to the rim, forcing the people to defend him, and also coming off the curls, making the catch and attacking the rim. Don't force the 3. You're having a difficult time. Shorten the game and get closer to the rim.
Childs, who has had 2 outstanding games, double-figure in assists, both starts for Chris Childs. And here is Davis putting up his first shot. And Keon Clark getting the offensive rebound.
You say it every time we do a game. They're one of the top offensive rebounding teams in the league, and they're doing it in this series, 14 a game.
Davis taking advantage of the shorter defender, Chucky Atkins, is fouled by Atkins and will go to the line. So the Raptors trailing by 3 despite 1 for 6 shooting from the field, and that was not in the act of shooting, and so the Raptors take it out of bounds. Davis given the shot momentarily by Robinson, and now he decides to take it, and Davis missing, and 0 for 2 at the early going. Nearly 4 minutes have elapsed. Pistons by 3. Robinson to Wallace. Deflection by Davis.
I'm surprised he tried to bring that one in an airmail and a windmill. I honestly thought if he just went up there with the power dunk, that defender's got to question whether he's going to go for the shot clock.
Here's the pick and roll to Antonio Davis with the fall away, and Keon Clark with the tip. So once again, the Raptors having trouble finding the basket, and here is Stackhouse going in, and the basket counts in the foul. Stackhouse now with 6 points and will go to the line, and Detroit raising their lead to 5.
Yeah, they're out early here right now, and they're forcing the action, and you love to see it. And just keep an eye on Stackhouse, how he comes down in here and forces this play. They have a 4-on-3. Anytime that Detroit's out there, 4-on-3, 3-on-2, they're attacking the rim. I love to see it, and you like the fact that Stackhouse the energy is there tonight.
Yeah, they're starting out a lot better than they did in game number 3. Stackhouse now 28 of 29 from the line in this series. Big part of his game. Morris Peterson committed that last foul. Keon Clark. And the rebound knocked away, and it's last touch by the Pistons. So the Raptors open this game 1 for 10 shooting.
We said early on this screen and roll on the left side of the floor. Screen, roll, screen, spot up. They can get that anytime, but Childs has got to come off of that screen looking to score to force Ben Wallace to play him.
And Peterson is fouled, and let's see if it's a three-point situation. Michael Curry with his first personal foul, and it's a 2-shot foul. Peterson to the line. Rick Carlisle, whose main complaint with the Pistons was not enough points in the post, but he said it was all about defense as far as his club is concerned.
Well, he believes that they're a defensive team first. They get out in the open floor. They make a lot of things happen. Naturally, the 23 turnovers were stunning because it's totally uncharacteristic of this team. They just fell apart, made a lot of very bad passes, poor decisions, and it cost them with 26 points at the other end.
Stackhouse with the drive through the paint. And here come the Raptors trailing by 5 points. 5 minutes gone by. Alvin Williams, he was on the mark in game number 3, but right now all the Raptors appear cold.
Yeah, everything seems to be rushed, and they're not really squaring up and giving a good release.
And there's Cliff Robinson, who hits the 3, and as Rick Carlisle said, he's going to have to will us some points tonight. He gets 3 there, causing Lenny Wilkins to call a timeout.
Robinson has been really struggling with his shot. He's shooting in the low 30s, but you know that he's a primetime guy. He's your second leading scorer overall, and he leads you in playoff experience games played.
Crisp, clean, refreshing taste that comes from Beechwood aging makes Budweiser the king of beers.
It's not having what you want, it's wanting what you've got. I'm gonna soak up the sun. I'm gonna tell everyone to lighten up. I'm gonna soak up the sun. I'm gonna soak up the sun.
Now is the time to get your team together and start practicing. NBA Hoop It Up, the world's most exciting 3-on-3 tournament, is coming your way. Whether you're young or old, a serious competitor, or playing for fun, there's a level for you. So get in on all the action. Log on to NBA.com to find out when NBA Hoop It Up is coming to your town and sign up. NBA Hoop It Up. Basketball without boundaries. Anytime, anyone, anywhere.
Uncover the perfect cover-up. Absolute Power. Saturday night at 8 on TNT.
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Circuit City. Circuit City, we're with you. By the AT&T Ultimate Fan Zone on NBA.com. You can get NBA gear just by talking on the phone. By IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level. And by American Express Financial Advisors. Make life rewarding.
Well, you wouldn't even know there's a crowd here. Their reaction right now as the Raptors come out shooting 1 of 11, Hubie, in this first quarter.
Well, the fans, they're stunned because in Game 3, the team executed perfectly, shot the high percentage from the field, made all their foul shots, looked beautiful at the offensive end of the floor. Tonight, there's a lot of pressure here. There's a lot of pressure for them to shoot that high percentage. The big thing is take good looks. Take your time.
Deion Clark in the paint. 8 on the shot clock. Peterson blanketed by Stackhouse. Childs farther out. Going into Clark. Clark against Wallace as the shot clock expires. The follow-up doesn't go. The tip doesn't go. And the crowd looking for goaltending against Clifford Robinson, and they will get it. Ron Garrison right there, alertly for the call. So the Raptors get their second field goal of the game. Let's see who got it.
Well, keep an eye on this. See, that ball right there, they'll argue at the other end that that ball was coming off the rim and did not have a chance to go in the basket. Now, it could go either way. Ronnie Garrison had it because half of the ball was still inside of the cylinder.
Deion Clark gets credit for it, and credit Chucky Atkins with getting loose on a backdoor layup to make it 13-5.
Well, you love it when Detroit is spacing well and using the full 50 feet in width of the court. They have a lot of quickness, and they set beautiful screens down on that baseline.
Wallace and Clark. Knocked away, and he'll go the other way.
Well, you can see
violation.
Yeah, you can see the indecision here. Okay, they're getting, pretty good looks at the basket, but everything is rushed. Now, why would you leave your feet and then drop the basketball? You know it's a violation. The key is for him, Keon Clark's got to go to the hole like he did in the first quarter in Game 3. Go to the basket and challenge your man defensively.
Well, Chucky Atkins just lost it out of bounds. He did not have a defender near him, so the Raptors come back up, but they have been tentative here in the opening part of this game.
See, an interesting thing, they're only averaging 20 foul shot attempts throughout the series. They get 20 every night, but that's it. They stop at 20 because they'll settle for the jump shots, and you're seeing that early here tonight.
Davis, turnaround, and
there you go.
1 of 5 for Antonio Davis.
And they need him to carry them because he can get his shot anytime. He can shoot up over the top of Ben Wallace.
There's Stackhouse quickly off the screen. Look out, Stackhouse is down 5 on 4. Peterson driving in against Atkins, and the blocking foul called against Chucky Atkins. And Morris Peterson will go to the free throw line. So they got out on the break, and Atkins now with his second personal.
Yeah, Ronnie Garrison had that all the way. You're going to see right now the defense is moving. Peterson had the lane. And this is where I really like Peterson in the open floor. He's got a lot of talent. He's an outstanding athlete, and he can finish for you. You just want to catch him on the move. He's so dangerous on the move.
Damon Jones will check in for the Detroit Pistons. Jones, 17 minutes, 7 points in Saturday's game. Suffered a spate of back spasms, but is all right and ready to go, and he is handling the ball against Chris Childs. Pistons leading by 4 here in the first quarter, and Stackhouse
bad angle.
Had to recover after bobbling that pass.
Yeah, bad angle. When he went up in the air, he picked it up and he went right up in the areas behind the backboard.
So the Raptors trying to cash in here. They were down by 8 points. They have cut 4 off of that margin, and the shot missed. Clark follows on Childs missed. There they are with the second shot chances.
The second shot points are there for him, and Keon Clark has got to realize his strength. His strengths, any time that he gets it, is fake the jumper, put it down, and attack the rim. Robinson, Ben Wallace cannot play him off the dribble.
7 rebounds already for Keon Clark. We'll be right back.
Adult Swim. All kids out of the pool. Animation that's risky and risque.
Nice room you got here.
You know what's not so nice?
What's that?
My back's sore.
Oh, dear.
Adult Swim. Sunday at 10 on Cartoon Network.
We weren't technically a garage band since we practiced in a barn. We still make a lot of noise, only now it's on the phone.
Introducing AT&T Unlimited.
Luckily, I pay one flat rate and we talk to her horse.
$19.95 a month for unlimited long-distance calls to any AT&T residential long-distance customer. Call all you want, whenever you want, and never watch the clock.
I love them, but I'm not going to pay a lot to listen to them. Nobody ever did.
Call 1-800-REACH-OUT to enroll.
There hasn't been a show that has really provided women with the information and the tools they need to have healthy, happy sexual lives.
Meet the Dynamic Doctor team, Sisters Jennifer and Laura Berman.
And all women's issues, not just sex, but raising children.
Women will get real information, real answers to their questions.
Look for their new series, Berman and Berman for Women Only. Tonight at 10.
We can help you.
Watch Discovery Health Channel on DirecTV, Channel 279.
Are you near a phone? Can you take down a number? Then call to find out about term life insurance at competitive rates from a respected insurer, Protective Life Insurance Company. A 35-year-old could get a $200,000 policy for less than $14 a month. A 40-year-old could get a $250,000 policy for less than $18 a month. For your free quote, call now. Matrix Direct, 1-800-390-3019.
USA Today is the place for a comprehensive look around the league. Get all the latest scores, stats, standings, and daily game recaps to keep you up to date with your favorite teams and players. So pick up your copy of USA Today every day.
Now Detroit, right here, Chucky Atkins has the basketball, and they're double high. You can see they're 2 offensive players. The pass comes this way, then they set a back screen. Now, as Atkins cuts, watch how Chris Childs gets caught, hung up on the inside, jumping to the ball. See, now once the pass is made, he's not going to let him cut to the ball. But unfortunately, Atkins goes opposite. Now, that's the first move out of that series. Now, we'll see that series, and they'll add on different types of options.
Pistons have won, or the Raptors have won their last 9 home games dating back to the regular season. And they have been a Jekyll Hyde team all year, losing 17 of 18, including 13 in a row at one time. Then they won 12 of their last 14 with 9 straight. They're playing without Vince Carter. That's 25 points. Driving to the basket, Jones. Stackhouse fakes the pass and misses the 3.
That's the first time that Toronto has showed zone. All right, they were in a 2-3 zone that time.
Hurry on Williams setting the screen is Davis. They go the other side. And Robinson nearly on the steal against Keon Clark. 8 on the shot clock. Alvin Williams from the corner. Out of bounds, Pistons ball.
Yeah, that was frustration from the get-go. You know, crossing half court. They run the screen and spot up on the left side of the floor, which has been bread and butter. But Alvin Williams comes off. He's not looking for the score. When you come off of those screens, look for the score, because the defender on the screener is going to pick you up, and then the man who set the screen is open down on that baseline area. It's been open for 3 previous games.
Del Curry has come in the game, played 4 minutes in the last game, hit his first shot, wound up with 2 points, and he can be a weapon for this Raptor team. 9 on the shot clock, and here is Cliff Robinson going out to Curry inside the line, and Michael Curry with 3 points. and that's a story in itself. He averaged 4 in the regular year.
Well, you know, you look at this club, and like Rick said, he wanted to establish an inside game. They lost the Battle of the Paint for the first time in this series in Game 3.
Here is Keon Clark, strong inside. Peterson, and Peterson scores with Wallace and Robinson in his vision.
I tell you, I have no idea how Keon Clark got that pass through to Mo Peterson.
And now Peterson would score over those big guys. And there's Damon Jones with a 3, and that is the second three-pointer for Detroit.
Now Damon Jones, a proven three-point shooter, shoots it at a high 37%, and he's looking for the 3.
No Antonio Davis, no double, and foul by Clifford Robinson. And that'll be Robinson's first with 2:18 remaining in the first quarter.
We're going to give you a look at Keon Clark going now. Now watch how he makes this pass right here on a wraparound to Peterson, and then this is just a terrific finish.
Corliss Williamson is into the game, and he has shot 50% from the field, averaging nearly 13 in the series as Davis misfires on the first. Coming up next on TNT, the Kings and Jazz, Game 4 from Salt Lake City, and that ought to be a beauty. It has been 3 terrific games thus far. Tuesday on TBS, doubleheader. Charlotte and Orlando, Game 4 at 7 o'clock, followed by New Jersey and Indiana in the 4th game of that Eastern Conference first-round battle. Davis missing both free throws, and a good play made by Del Curry.
Now, Curry is smart. He knew that if the shot wasn't there, that they would go back and hit that pass in the corner. Played the passing lane beautifully.
Under 2 minutes in the first, 5-point lead for the Pistons, and Jerome Williams into the game. And he already is making his presence felt. And there is Alvin Williams hitting the hoop, and it's a 3-point deficit for Toronto.
How about the offensive boards? They are doing a terrific job keeping everything alive. Already 6-second shot attempts in quarter 1.
And from the corner, there's by Robinson. And there is Keon Clark driving in and getting the lay-in. So, what do you know? The Raptors are getting out on the fast break against the Pistons, cutting the lead to 1.
When Keon Clark learns to harness all of this athletic ability, I'm telling you, he's a handful. The guy can run, finish, and he's dangerous down inside.
Stackhouse has missed his last 5 from the field.
He's pushing here. You got a 3-on-3.
And Curry for 2. And Del Curry coming in, and the Raptors take their first lead of the game since the opening basket to start things. And Rick Carlisle wants to talk it over. Vince Carter leading the cheers on this 22nd timeout by Detroit.
Every time Del Curry catches the ball, it's sweet to watch his release. The catch, he's got one of the quickest releases of all time, and it's up. Range, no factor. He's one of the premier three-point shooters ever in not only the makes, but the high percentage, and it's great to see him back looking frisky.
He is that, and when you're looking for points to make up for Carter's 25, what better place to go to on the bench than Del Curry?
Well, we know that they've been really rotating 7 guys. Toronto, Jerome Williams and Olajuwon. They need Del Curry because he can pick up and put pressure on the defense because of his incredible range. And then that opens up the game inside for your guys who we said all 3 have been shooting over 50%. Davis, Clark, and Olajuwon.
45 seconds remaining in the first half.
They're in zone now, 2-3 zone. Toronto playing zone here a little bit.
Stackhouse, double team on him. Jones for 3, and he's off to a big start. 5 points, 6 points for Jones, who has hit 2 from beyond the arc. And the Pistons lead by 2, and the Raptors come back and tie it up with Alvin Williams' jumper.
In this series, Alvin Williams can get by his man. He can put the ball down and create something for himself. He has to be a little bit selfish in this series. Damon Jones, you cannot discount him. He's looking for the 3. He wants the 3.
There's the differential on the 2 clocks, as you see on the screen. 1 second remaining, and they're not going to get it off. The Pistons will give the Raptors the last shot of this first quarter.
Oh, you can, with 4.6, you can make a catch and get a couple of dribbles here. Very easy and get a high percentage shot.
I guess you can with 4.6.
Right, the big thing here is now is you want to go up the floor. And I see they changed the clock to 5.2. Okay, now the main thing is you got plenty of time. Just try to pass the ball up. Right now they're bringing in Mo Peterson. They're bringing in all their range people, the 3-point shooters.
And Antonio Davis to Williams. Jones trying to stay with him. Time running out, and Williams doesn't go. Well, the Toronto Raptors, talk about frisky. They have scored 16 of their 21 points on the fast break. And after a 1-for-11 start, they have settled down. And after the first quarter here at the Air Canada Center, Pistons and Raptors all even at 21.
TNT's hit original drama returns with a special 2-hour season premiere.
Police, hold it! All units, shots fired!
She's got battle skills that are supernatural. This June, New York's toughest cop is back. See the 2-hour season premiere, Witchblade, Sunday, June 16th at 8, only on TNT.
We wanted to describe how it feels to ride the Yamaha FX140 Wave Runner, the world's first 4-stroke personal watercraft. But after seeing this, we didn't think any words would do it justice. The 4-stroke FX140, the most revolutionary technical advancement in personal watercraft.
Bart, you've got some unique activity in your brain's pleasure lobe. Diagnosis? Butterfingeritis.
No cure?
Afraid not.
Cool. Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery. Nothing like a Butterfinger.
From Nestle.
Oh, why does Bart always get the good diseases?
In the old days, athlete's foot meant using Lotrimin AF or Tenactin for 4 whole weeks.
Who does that? Today, they're out. Because Lamisil AT changed everything. Lamisil AT kills the fungus with just 1 week's use.
Do you really have 4 weeks to use those other guys?
When your feet itch and burn, using Lamisil AT 1 week keeps you athlete's foot free for 3 months. Those old-timers, they don't promise that.
It's in a league all its own.
Lamisil AT, the best way to cure athlete's foot.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage. Drink responsibly.
Excuse me, where'd you get the blimp? I bought a set of Goodyear tires. I want some Goodyear tires.
Okay, honey.
At Sears Auto Center, all Goodyear tires are on sale at the lowest prices of the season. Sears, where else?
21 all after 1 quarter of play in Game 4, and time now for tonight's edition of Armor All Wipes Spectacular Finish.
Fox to inbound. Kobe calls for it. He has it against Ruben Patterson. The Kobe stopper. Bryant dishing off. Horry for 3. The crowd is stunned.
And the Lakers stunning the Portland Trail Blazers again, sweeping them. Dallas with a 3-0 victory. San Antonio is leading that game Wednesday at 10:30. But coming up next, Sacramento and Utah, where the Kings have failed to reach 100 points for 3 straight games after finishing second in the league in scoring at nearly 105. That has been a big story, and that game comes up next on TNT. Curry missing badly on the jumper, and now the Pistons with Jones. John Barry into the lineup for the first time tonight. Jelko Rebraca, same for him. Corliss Williamson going in, and the foul before the block And let's see what they'll call. And getting up is Antonio Davis, and it'll be an offensive foul called against Williamson.
Right now, Detroit has their 4 guys in on the second unit. When they come with this unit, they've been able to score 32 points a game or more in the first 3 games. They're all shooting a high percentage. Good things happen when they're on the floor.
So Detroit turning it over in this first quarter, as they did to the tune of 23 turnovers Saturday in Game 3.
You got to get the Dream involved when he's in there, because Rabasha cannot play him down and low.
Team Elijah Wan battling for the rebound, and the loose ball foul is called against Jones. So for Damon Jones, that is his first foul.
In the early going now, the Raptors are dominating the paint, and the big reason, the 7 offensive rebounds that are giving them the major advantage here.
Shooting 35% in the first quarter to 47 for Detroit. Yet they got the score tied up. 10 on the shot clock. Davis changing hands, and Elijah Wan with an offensive rebound, making it happen.
Well, if they're going to double team with the big guy, Akeem has inside position underneath.
Here's Davis again against Wallace, scoring. Antonio Davis with 4.
Antonio Davis can shoot up over Ben Wallace or Williamson. It really doesn't matter. Any of those guys that switch on to him in any kind of motion down inside.
9-0 shutout on second chance points, thanks to that offensive rebounding by Toronto. And the Raptors leading by 2, and Jerome Williams committing the person.
Coming into this series, the big fear of the coaching staff of Detroit, can we play them somewhat close on the board? The boards will be the telling factor. Now in games 1 and 2, even though they were out rebounded, they made it up for it in all other areas.
And in game 3, they were even on the boards and lost. So
that's right.
How do you figure? Curry, the 3. There Curry coming off hot here in the first half tonight, and that's the first three-pointer by the Raptors.
You've got to pay attention to Dow. You cannot play him soft. He's a prime-time 40-plus field goal three-point shooter throughout his 16 years.
And Wallace is open, and Wallace drives in and misses the bank shot badly.
Well, they'll lay off of him. They're going to force him to make the shot.
Here's Davis, and stripped away by Corliss Williamson. And out of bounds was Williamson after making the grab. So the Raptors will get the ball back with plenty of time on the shot clock. And another puzzling start for Rick Carlisle. Team trailing by 5. Raptors looking to even the best of 5 at 2. Alvin Williams from the corner. Damon Jones. Skip pass. John Barry sets himself and misses the 3. And they're going to call Jerome Williams for his second personal foul as he mugged Carlton Williams.
He's Mr. Energy. He's in there banging, sacrificing his body. You're not going to run any offense for Jerome Williams, but you know he's in there to guard Williamson. It's been a great matchup in this series. And then he's going to sacrifice, get the loose balls, offensive boards. Jerome Williams leaves it all out there night in and night out.
Alvin Williams sitting down, scored 4 points. Childs back in. Keon Clark replaces Davis, who goes out with 4 points. Williamson traded for Williams in February of 2000, and Barry kicks the ball off his knee inadvertently over to Toronto.
Yeah, John Barry thought that he was grabbed. Now he's off to a little shaky start. He had a great wide open shot on the 3. He was upset with himself because Barry, you know, from the 3-point line is only a 47% shooter. So when they have open looks like that, they figure it's in every time.
He is second in the NBA in the regular season. Rabracha guarding Curry outside, and the ball volleyballed out of bounds, and they're going to correct it. And now they're going to say last touch by Detroit. Ron Garrison had the better view.
Yes, they did. That's good teamwork. The referees working well together here tonight.
And Morris Peterson coming in, so Lenny Wilkins shoveling his lineup a lot more tonight, Hubie.
No, that was okay. He got good minutes out of Curry. Curry coming back off an injury earlier and then later in the season, and bringing Peterson back in there for the defense.
Childs, defended by Damon Jones. Here's Elijah Wan. And they want to go to him when he's in the game.
Yeah, you go right back to him if he reposts.
Clark. Keon Clark tips it. Morris Peterson, another offensive rebound. That's 10 already for the Raptors.
Yeah, they're murdered. Absolute murder. They have such great quick jumpers.
And Hakeem Olajuwon with a familiar fall away, getting into the act. His field goal, and it's 28-21, 7-point lead. Timeout, Detroit. That's the green step we saw for many, many years with Houston.
All right, if they double team Hakeem, or he cannot get his shot, if he kicks it out, they'll come right back to him. And then he will repost 6 to 8 feet from the basket. Shooting fish in a barrel.
This weekend, all the drama all weekend long is on TNT. Saturday night at 8, take on Absolute Power. And Sunday at 8, don't miss Hard to Kill. It all starts this weekend on TNT.
Anything in the mail?
Junk. Hey, look at this.
What?
A credit card pre-approved. You know what that means.
We already have a credit card.
But it's pre-approved. What do you want? A trip to Bermuda?
The Caymans?
Yeah. Or a nice dinner out.
You know what I want? A house.
Using credit wisely is the first step toward owning a home. Call for the free guide on credit from the Fannie Mae Foundation and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
The new Dodge SXTs, CD sound, aluminum wheels, and some cash left over.
What's the date?
CD sound, wheels, up to $1335 in package savings, plus our 7/100 powertrain pledge, the Dodge SXTs.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage. Drink responsibly.
Welcome back to the Air Canada Centre, where the Toronto Raptors have a comfortable 7-point lead. And if there's anyone enjoying this game, Dick and Hubie, it's 71-year-old Stan Albeck. For many of you who don't remember, he suffered a stroke in the locker room prior to December 23rd game against Miami. He eventually returned home to San Antonio in March to continue rehab close to his family. But on April 17th, he made an emotional return to the bench for the final home game of the season. I was able to speak to Stan and his very lovely wife, Phyllis, and Phyllis simply said, basketball is my husband's life, and being back is the best therapy. And Stan, still with a sense of humor, said, I'd rather be doing this right now than going through therapy, Dick and Hubie.
Well, Stan and Phyllis will celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary in December. Stan head coached 4 teams in this league: Cleveland, New Jersey, Chicago, and San Antonio, and was in the playoffs with 3 out of the 4. Had an outstanding career as a head coach as well as an assistant, and has been Lenny Wilkins' right-hand man in Atlanta as well as here in Toronto.
And just one of the great guys in basketball.
Absolutely.
Elijah Wan's great hands on the turnover, and knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Pistons with 10 seconds on the shot clock. The Raptors, who are trailing by 8, lead by 7, so that's a pretty good turnaround in what has been a relatively short period of time. We have nearly 4 minutes gone by in the second. Jerome Williams with Morris Peterson, Elijah Wan, Childs, and Keon Clark. Peterson with the jumper, and it's a 9-point Toronto lead.
In this series, he's been effective. 15 feet and in. You know, it's kind of interesting. He's a problem. He's a problem for them because they're having difficulty guarding him off the dribble.
Pistons have not scored here in the second quarter in more than 4 minutes. Barry to Williamson. And the follow-up and the foul. So they have a chance to score, but they have not made a basket with 7:33 to go in the second.
Well, that was a nice pass by Barry, right on the money to Williamson. Williamson was fouled, no call. But then, once again, see, he never stops working. In game 3, Williamson not only gets you the 14 points, but he comes in and gives you the 9 boards. He's a guy that you must reckon with on that offensive glass.
So the Pistons finally get in the scoring column. And you remember game 1 when the Raptors scored only 9 points in the first quarter. The Pistons combined with the Raptors for 25, a playoff low for a quarter.
This group scores in a hurry, though. The second unit, these 4 guys. The reason why they're number 1 in bench production throughout the season with over 33 points a game. And the reason is they shoot the 3 so well, and then they have the inside presence of Williamson as well as Raptors.
Raptors defending against Olajuwon.
Now you got to get a better angle if they're going to front a team. See, once again, he's 0 for 11 now in 3.
And the shot clock winds down, and the Pistons get it back, trailing by 7.
If you're going to feed the post guy in that situation, they continue to try to front Olajuwon. If you'll just get foul line extended below that line, out on the wing, you're going to get a better angle. And then it's easy to go to a guy flashing to the foul line, hit him, then Olajuwon can pin the man, and you have the dump down. So it's like working a triangle.
Great. And that was Peterson on the steal, and no basket. The foul. Keon Clark was fouled first, but John Barry went into a Harlem Globetrotters dribble move, and a great defensive alert play by Peterson.
Yeah, this is just a great play by Peterson, sacrificing, and then Clark going. You're going to see him grab right there. Right there, they got the call. Cliff Robinson grabs Clark from the rear. All right, now what that is the breakaway. So they get the foul shot and they get the ball on the side. Now, the guys on Toronto, they thought he should get a continuation and get the layup, but the call was made outside of the three-point line.
So they get the free throws and possession. Robinson with his second. And the Raptors leading 31-23 and will inbound. So the Toronto Raptors looking to send this series to a deciding 5th game, which will be played Thursday night at the Palace of Auburn Hills, where we have a lot of action left. But Toronto very alert. Here is Childs driving in, scoring, and a 10-point lead now for the Raptors.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Anytime that the defense is trailing and you turn the corner here, the Detroit defense is so concerned with Olajuwon right now that you can turn the corners off the dribble and open up a score.
And John Barry gets knocked down, and arguing with Mark Wonderland.
They're calling it a double foul. All right, they're calling not only Barry, but also Jerome Williams, right? Now, watch this now. You're going to see it in the middle of your screen right there. There's a trip. I thought that was, incidental, but they're calling it that it goes, both ways. Tough call.
Strange call.
Tough call for Lenny Wilkins, because now you've got to take, Jerome Williams out of the game.
3 fouls for him.
That's right.
So he is out of the game. So Antonio Davis comes back in, and Jerry Stackhouse, who scored 7 points in the first quarter, comes back with Ben Wallace as Barry and Raptors go out, bringing their starters back.
All right, Toronto very big now. They're playing Keon Clark at the small forward position. They have Clark, Davis, and Olajuwon in the game together.
And a smaller team for Detroit by far. Here is traveling called against Chris Childs as the Raptors leading by 10. It's 6:08 to go in the second quarter.
You cannot allow a team to just front you in the low post and not have something designed to create better passing angles to your post-up guy. And then you've got to flash high, hit, and dump down because they have them so far out off the lane.
Carlos Williamson with the drive. He has 4 points, but so far, the best performance by the bench has been by the Raptors, thanks to Curry and Olajuwon. Curry has been on the bench. 33-25. Raptors in front. Childs looking for Clark and
waited too long. They waited too long.
And Peterson fouling Stackhouse. His second personal foul and a timeout. 5:32 in the hand.
You talk about this all the time in basketball. Front the post and make the opposite team, the offensive team, prove to you that they can feed the post. Sounds simple? It's difficult.
Thank you for calling American Express. This is Tara Hilton. How can I help you?
Talking to our card members, I just enjoy doing that. I've been an American Express financial advisor for 13 years.
I get to know customers. I listen to them.
They can give you all the service that you need.
Thank you.
We were able to make different travel arrangements.
Some small way, you were able to influence people's lives.
It helps take out some of the stress in their life.
Which is an amazing thing to be able to do.
Jay and Silent Bob are here.
Jay and Silent Bob movie?
What? And these two guys from Jersey are on a mission.
Is Hollywood ready for Jay and Silent Bob?
Hey! The real Jay and Silent Bob are breaking into show business.
I hate how fake Hollywood is.
Whoa! Jay and Silent Bob strike back.
Now playing on pay-per-view. Tune to the 100s and order with your remote.
At DirecTV, we've made it easier to have your choice of great premium packages. HBO, Stars, Showtime, Cinemax, and Sports Pack. It's only $12 more per month for your first choice, $10 more for your second choice, and so on. The more you buy, the more you save. Now is the perfect time to get those premium channels you want most. Order now at DirecTV.com or call 1-800-DirecTV.
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by the Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home. And by Sunkist. Experience the charge.
Right now, Olajuwon has the basketball right here. Here is Chris Childs. You're going to see Keon Clark come here and receive the pass. Now, once Childs makes his cut, see, this is a very difficult cut to defend because his defender is going to get cut up on the inside. Now watch it here, right here. See this area right here? What? It's just in the NBA, there are a lot of teams running that cut because the defender trails. Now if he gets no help from the position player on the man who has the ball, you're in a lot of trouble. Well, the guy playing the man with the ball doesn't want to leave him because he doesn't want his man to get into the paint. Tough cover.
Clifford Robinson, only 3 points. Ben Wallace, nothing. So they're not getting much from those two. Robinson with a wild shot and is taken down by the Raptors.
Oh, that was a very, very poor percentage shot.
And there it is, Antonio Davis. And the Raptors are having a field day with easy baskets.
Yeah, they're out on the break tonight. And if you didn't know any better, Detroit known for their fast break 3-on-2, 4-on-3. Tonight, in this first half, Toronto looking great in the open floor.
Stackhouse, who has now missed his last 6, but it's saved by Wallace, who gets it out to Chucky Atkins. And Atkins with a hard bank shot. And now not only is Detroit missing, but they are missing badly.
Well, Chucky Atkins has been consistent in this series. You know, we have 5 guys on Detroit averaging between 10 and 13 points. You'd never know it tonight. They're shooting hard at the basket, but give Toronto's defense a lot of credit because they're forcing to hurry up on the shot release.
They've kept the tempo up for the second straight game.
There's your zone. They're playing a little zone here right now.
Carlos Williamson with the turnaround, and Williamson with 6 points. Stackhouse, who's been cold for a while, has 7. Williamson next with 6. Cliff Robinson,
no double team.
Against Antonio Davis with a fake. And this time, no foul. Good defensive play.
Oh, there's a big hit there.
And Williamson going in. Keon Clark on a piece of of it, but also a piece of Corliss Williamson, and Clark with his second.
Pay attention. Now, Keon Clark is matched up with Williamson. This is a very tough matchup for him. And Williamson is out running hard on the break. Now, you know Keon Clark is getting you 2 shot blocks a game. Now, from that angle, it looks good, except for one thing. He caught him with the body. All right, he caught him with the body and put him down. You'll get that call every time. Now, the block up on top, good.
Corliss Williamson has all of the Pistons' points here in the second quarter, but they don't have enough of them. If he makes this free throw, it'll be 8 points for Detroit with 4 minutes, 13 seconds left.
Now, Lenny is going a long period of time here now with this big lineup. With Keon Clark at small forward and Olajuwon and Davis.
Giles in the backcourt. Chris Giles, who only started 4 games in the regular year, starting his 3rd in this playoff series. Into Keon Clark, basket counts, foul! Clark with 9, and he has done a great job off the boards, 11 thus far, and the foul called against Wallace.
Now, this has been here. Watch this screen and roll. See, they roll Clark. Now, just keep an eye there. And the rotator was late getting to the spot. If you're going to try to trap Giles coming off, then that rotating guy must get to the guy rolling to the basket quicker.
Keon Clark already with a double-double with under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. He put together 2 good halves for the first time in the series on Saturday.
Screen and roll, screen and spot up on the left side of the floor has been major for Toronto in these 4 games.
Stackhouse trying to end the drought, finds an open Chucky Atkins who hits the 3. And the lead cut to 6.
Well, we said that this team makes 3. They average 7 a game makes during the year. They're doing the same thing here in the playoffs.
They had 9 on Saturday. They have 4 already. Here is Williams going behind Davis, a screen, and he comes back with a 3. Back at you.
Defense got to react. You know that Williams wants the 3. You know that he loves to step back off the screen.
3 minutes remaining in the first half. After trailing by 8 early, the Raptors have dominated the last few minutes of the first quarter and all of the second. Here's Stackhouse, and he misses the shot at the shot clock buzzer. And then the goaltending is called, and Detroit now with their first field goal in this second quarter. We'll see how many they have with 2:46 to go. They only have 3. Williamson has all 10 points.
Yeah, once again, Williamson a bear on the offensive glass. The reason goaltending, the ball hit the backboard.
7-point lead for the Raptors. Keon Clark with a good spin move. And Corliss Williamson coming down with the rebound. Nearly turned it over and did. With an errant pass to Chucky Atkins.
If you watch games 1 and 2 in this series, saw the pinpoint passing. Detroit with only an average of 12 turnovers a game. Now you watch game 3 and 4, you cannot believe that because they are tossing the basketball like the ball is on fire.
Hey, you want to see how powerful Sunkist really is? Watch this. Oh, girls. This might take a while. Sunkist, experience the charge.
Yeah, nice day.
Take a left.
Dodge Ram. The only truck with 4 full-size doors and a full-size bed. Plus, the handling of rack and pinion steering.
And I hope no one was behind us.
Grab Dodge's 7-100 powertrain pledge. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match it.
As my friend Sergio from Rio says.
Excuse me, did you say Sergio?
From Rio. Yes?
Your darkish, lightish hair?
About this high?
Heavy-set, thin guy?
You know Sergio?
Yeah.
Come join us. sí, Sergio.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage. Drink responsibly.
Experience NBA.com on America Online. See the best action shots and off-the-court photos every night at America Online. Keyword NBA.com.
This June, New York's toughest cop is back. Witchblade. See the 2-hour season premiere Sunday, June 16th at 8 on TNT.
Raptors leading by 7, looking to tie this series up. And right now, here is tonight's American Express leaderboard. And tonight we are seeing 2 of the top playoff defensive teams in points against. Detroit, #1, and the Toronto Raptors, #4. But the point you were making as we went to break was the turnover problem that continues to plague the Pistons. They had those 23 on Saturday, already in double figures tonight.
It's major. Detroit relies on getting a ton of points in the transition game. Well, tonight, Toronto's shooting a decent percentage now, so they're not in the open floor. The only way they can get in the open floor is make you miss or force turnovers and get in the running game.
Here's Alvin Williams, and it's blocked by Stackhouse.
So right now, you have to give Toronto a lot of credit. They're forcing the game to be a half-court game. Toronto is forcing Detroit to shoot a high percentage. Once you get in there in the 2-3 zone.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. Robinson again struggling. Has only 3 points on that long-range shot in the first quarter. And another good defensive play. Ben Wallace that time with the block. And there is a great thread-the-needle pass from Atkins to Williamson. Knocked out of bounds by Alvin Williams with 20 on the shot clock.
Now this is Piston basketball.
And now it's a foul.
They're going to block a lot of shots. All right, now you can see right there that was an excellent block because your hands are on the ball. You're allowed to do that. Now, when you're breaking at the other end, remember, you have to understand that Williamson is out on the break as well as Stackhouse. They get out quick. Whoever is matched up with these 2 guys, you must pay attention in the transition game.
Mike Abdenauer cleans off, drives up the ball from Mark Wunderlich, and we're set to go now. I want to remind you as Williamson goes to the line. Coming up on the AT&T halftime report, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Peter Vesey, and special guest Allen Houston are in our Atlanta studio. And they'll preview Game 4 coming up between the Kings and the Jazz on TNT after this one.
Corliss Williamson, a tough cover. Shoots over 50% from the floor, doing it in the playoffs. But he also shoots over 81 on the line. And that makes him dangerous. Great hands and great quickness.
Corliss Williamson scoring 12 of the Pistons' 15 points here in this second quarter, but the lead 5. So the Pistons hanging in there despite the fact that they have turned the ball over a good deal. Keon Clark with the basket and the foul. Clark leading the Raptors in scoring with 12, and he has 12 rebounds to go along with it, and will go to the line as Wallace picks up his 3rd.
Now this is just great movement. You're going to see a down screen here and a curl move. But watch what Curry does with this pass. Keep an eye on Keon Clark to the right of the lane. Once he's ahead, drops it off, and this young guy has just been active, super quick tonight, quick on his jump with the left hand, and he's shooting a nice percentage.
Clark made the free throw, has 13 points, and the 3-point attempt flipped Robinson. That was his only points tonight. Earlier was with a 3.
Once again, they're in zone. Once Del Curry comes in the game, the majority of the possessions, they're playing zone.
Here's Curry driving in, rolls off the rim, and Williamson with under a minute to go as the Pistons trailing by 8 points, trailing by as many as 10 here in the second. Williamson. Wallace keeps it alive. The shot clock still going down to 8, and Chucky Atkins. Well, the Pistons are not playing good percentage shots tonight. They're rushing it. They're doing something, but they're way off the mark. Here is Curry. Giles with a fake on Atkins. And Keon Clark. Whoa! What a half for Keon Clark. He has 9 here in the second quarter, 15 in the game.
The big fella just put icing on the cake. He's given us everything from 15 feet down. They just show you I'm extending my range.
Standing ovation, crowd on its feet for the final possession.
2-3 zone.
Stackhouse missing, and that'll do it. Well, Vince Carter's got to love what his teammates are doing. And it's Antonio Davis Saturday. Keon Clark picking up the slack tonight with 15 points, 13 rebounds. And the Toronto Raptors leading the Detroit Pistons by 10 at intermission. Cheryl Miller.
Well, Keon, you guys got off to that slow start, but once you guys stopped rushing your shots, slowed down, you were able to find your rhythm.
Definitely, and that's the same thing everybody was telling me in the huddle. Just slow down a little bit. I'm out quicking my guys, so just take it slow, and it opened up a lot easier for the whole team as well as myself.
You got to be pleased with the defense in the first half. Once again, you forced them into 10 turnovers. It's really stepping up.
We don't want to stop working. It comes down to that. We don't want to stop working down to the bone, and we're trying to go down there on Thursday and get another victory.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck in the second half, Keon. Let's send it back to you, Dick.
All right, only 6 teams have come back from a 2-0 deficit in a best-of-5, and the Raptors would like to make another move to become the 7th. 10-point Toronto lead right now. Let's send it to Emmy award-winning studio host Ernie Johnson and his people.
Oh, shucks, Dick. And the people tonight are Peter Vesey and Kenny.
I'm not people, man.
No,
I like to be in your entourage.
You're very important people. Kenny the Jet
every
Smith.
night, man. Tell Dick I'm here every night.
What's his name's here every night, Dick. And Alan Houston from the New York Knicks joining us tonight. It is the AT&T halftime report, and it's a 10-point game at the break, 46-36. The Raptors trying to extend this to a game on Thursday. Keon Clark already speaking in those kind of terms as he talked to Cheryl Miller at the break. You have pictures of what Toronto's been able to do, and I must point out.
Pictures, I can't.
What's your name? That I must point out.
None of you.
I must point out, thankfully, that you didn't feel good about Detroit closing this thing out tonight on the road.
My people, I didn't feel. You know what? Actually, you know why, Ernie? I looked at him. I looked at the situation, what happened in the last game. I don't think that if you're a hustle team, you could turn it off and on. It's a gradual build. It's like practice setting. You get back into the flow. You get back into the nature of things. And I didn't think they had enough days in between to get back that tenacity that they've been have. And they didn't have the hustle plays that they normally have. And then Toronto, on the other hand, they just kept the same momentum. Here's Akeem Olajuwon, the ageless one, getting into the passing lane. Then this is an offensive hustle play. Here it is. Mo Pete comes out. It's just a quick one dribble up. And those are the type of plays that get you going and get you into your rhythm, but this is the all-time best defensive player of the first half. Here's Corliss Williams trying to post up. Jerome Williams, the junkyard dog, says, no, you're not going to post up. He says, okay, I'll set a pick and roll. No, we're going to get on the floor, first to the floor. Keon Clark's off to the races. He gets a breakaway flat foul. That's why I didn't feel comfortable, and I couldn't agree with my panel with Detroit. Well, it's still not over, but I can't agree with it.
Jerome Williams, Corliss Williamson traded for one another in February of 2001, as a matter of fact. Let's talk about a couple of guys you're familiar with. Chris Childs, number one, former teammate, who has really sparked this Raptor team in the last couple of games as he's been a starter now.
Chris has always been a guy, even when we played in New York together, he was a guy that would step up in the playoffs. He was never afraid of big games. He liked big games and liked big shots. And that's the type of player he is. He's a defensive player. He's a hustle player. And that's what you get. You get contributions from guys like that in the playoffs, guys who are playing well in the season, but they're stepping up their game in the playoffs. And you see Del Curry, who's come in and done the same thing.
That's the second guy I want to tell you about, because he's had 4 points in the first 3 games, got no run in game 2, a DNP-CD. Tough to keep a guy who's a good shooter when you're already missing Vince Carter out of the lineup, and Lenny Wilkins is giving him some time.
Well, Del, he's always going to be a threat. Especially in the playoff game, you need a guy who can come in at any particular time and maybe give you a boost offensively, where you may be struggling in one area, and Del can do that at any particular game, any particular time. He can come in and give you that boost.
Have we left you anything to talk about in the first half?
No, Ernie, I want to continue on Childs. I want to put my man here right on the spot. Why was he traded then? Why was Jeff Van Gundy always looking to trade him? And I know when Jeff does our games, he says great things about him, but when he was in New York, nah.
I don't know. I think,
Yeah,
Chris
you
was.
do. Come on, Al.
Well, Chris was a guy.
What was the problem?
My feeling was he was always that type of player that could do that. I think.
And he did do it.
He did do it, and it was kind of hard because he and Charlie were juggling back and forth. Chris said, I'll come off the bench and let Charlie start. I want to play with the second unit and give them a boost. And it was kind of hard to establish some consistency.
Well, I know that's what was said at the time, Alan, but I don't think he really did say that. I think that was the coach saying we're going to do that. And I know there was something going on with Childs and Patrick Ewing at the time.
Hey, but Pete, you look at.
You got to fess up.
No,
Alan.
but Pete,
you come here, you got to fess up.
That's what he said.
But no, Pete, no, you look at that situation, Pete. To me, it was you had two backup point guards. And I think that was probably it. And you say, you know what, we're going to try to get someone who is a legitimate starter. I don't think that person has actually come into him recently, with Mark being a starter his whole career. But they were saying, you know what, two backup point guards is not going to cut it. And you see, even in Toronto, he's the backup there, and now recently starting. So Charlie Ward and
he really is a starter up there because Alvin really isn't the starting point guard. He's not.
I don't know about that.
He's a better off guard.
46-36, by the way, is the halftime score. The Raptors trying to stay alive and force a Game 5 up 10 over the Pistons. Keon Clark has got 15. When we come back, we'll look ahead to our TNT Nightcap Game 4 in the Kings-Jazz series. Will this be the finale?
The AT&T Halftime Report is brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of the NBA.
Kevin Garnett, the kid, player of the present and future, ideal player of the 21st century. What up? We call him KG the Kid, KG. But if you seen him with a basketball, you know that he grown. If you seen him on the ball court, you know that he home. It's like every dunk is drastic. First to get drafted out of high school since Moses Malone. Everybody gotta earn their turn. I think the kid game got hotter since his jersey burned. And you couldn't find a finer kid than the 7-foot South Carolina kid obsessed with balls. And the rim need a hard net. Better act like you know. Come on, dog. That's Kevin Garnett. About to get an and one all in your mug. Said he play around the clock cause it's ball in his blood. He ain't think about a turnover. That's KG, he the player of the future. And the game about the turnover. Think you got game, then you gon' have to learn over. KG.
Oh, right. The number 99 Aaron's Dream Machine.
Oh, yeah, ain't she a beauty? Of course, she don't compare to the wife, though.
Really, these are the true Aaron's Dream Machines, the products we all dream about owning.
And at Aaron's, everyone's automatically pre-approved with no credit required?
Yeah, and you get the guaranteed lowest price, too.
So you can afford this awesome RCA 52-inch big screen TV with picture-in-picture, big speaker sound, and free screen protector.
And I'm really pre-approved?
That's right. So let Aaron's drive your dreams home today.
Frank? Where's your father?
Upstairs.
Frank! Have you seen your father? Thank you.
All over Dublin, Ohio, people are disappearing.
Frank?
Only to reappear at Wendy's.
Chicken nuggets, please.
Those crispy pieces of all white meat cooked golden brown are so delicious, they're irresistible.
You looking for me?
Nice. You still have barbecue sauce on your shirt.
The 99-cent chicken nuggets at Wendy's.
Who told?
It's better here. Remember, Wendy's pickup windows open late so you can eat great, even late.
2 points is 2 points. Don't be a show-off. I don't care if you slam dunk. I don't care if you shoot a layup. 2 points is 2 points. All you gotta do is take a short shot, box out, rebound. You ain't got to dunk on everybody. Forget about the theatrics. All you getting for that is two. You ain't scored 2 points your whole life. Who you gonna listen to? How about yourself? Obey your thirst. Sprite. Hey, yo, Kobe, you think you getting some tickets? Courtside? Yeah. Come on.
Welcome back to the AT&T Halftime Report from Studio A in Atlanta with a reminder there's another game still to come tonight. Karl Malone and the Jazz trying to stay alive against the Sacramento Kings in Game 4 of that Western Conference first rounder. And it is apparent when Daniel Marshall was asked what the Jazz have to do in this game, it is apparent that when they're not playing, he's watching TNT.
Keep our heads up. You know, we know it's a very important game. You know, you guys have a great motto, is win or go home, and tonight, that's what it comes down to. You know, we got to come out and lay it all on the line. At least if we go out tonight, we lose, you know, we can say we left it all on the line. That's what we have to go out there and do.
The Sacramento Kings trying to close them out. The Jazz
go fishing
with about 15 points a game off the bench.
Out there.
Yeah, from Donyell Marshall. 15 a game off the bench. In fact, their bench has outscored the Kings bench, the bench mob, 85-36 in this series. Do you see another night where Utah dictates tempo in this game? How long until Sacramento breaks away?
You know, you cannot force Utah to do anything that they don't want to do. The way you beat them is on key possessions, you're able to stop them or shoot the ball yourself extremely well, because it's going to come down to 4 or 5 possessions in the game. And are you shooting well at that particular time to beat Utah? That's how they are in the playoffs ever since John Stockton and Karl Malone has been there. It doesn't change the night. That's why I would not want it to play them. I don't care if I had beat them by 50 points a game in the regular season. As long as those two guys are there, they control the tempo.
I was going to ask, when you dominate somebody in the regular season, or you get dominated by another team in the regular season, I mean, you go into the postseason, how do you forget what you went through in 4 games? It seems like certainly that's been no factor in this series, Alan.
At that point, it's all motivation. I remember we went through a series with Toronto, and they killed us in the regular season. We ended up sweeping them in the playoffs because you prepare for them so carefully, and then you have a lot of motivation in the playoffs. You can forget about, you say it's a new season, and that's really what it comes down to. That's why you see a team like Toronto in this game who's just out working and out hustling Detroit, and that's how they're getting by.
What's your gut tell you about Game 4 of the Utah series?
If I'm the Kings, I just push it. You know, just put the pedal to the metal and play your game as best you can. Force the issue, and I say the pressure's on the Kings because the expectations are high, but I would try to play as loose as any. You know you got another game coming back in Sacramento, so let it all hang out.
That is Game 2 of our doubleheader here in Game 1 as we are ready to put the finishing touch on the AT&T halftime report. Keon Clark has been outstanding, a double-double in the first half. 15 points, 13 rebounds.
He looked good in a Knicks uniform, wouldn't he, Alan? God, free agent.
Watch it.
We weren't technically a garage band since we practiced in a barn. We still make a lot of noise, only now it's on the phone.
Introducing AT&T Unlimited.
Luckily, I pay one flat rate and we talk till we're hoarse.
$19.95 a month for unlimited long-distance calls to any AT&T residential long-distance customer. Call all you want, whenever you want, and never watch the clock.
I love them, but I'm not going to pay a lot to listen to them. Nobody ever did.
Call 1-800-REACH-OUT to enroll.
Oh, baby, is that you? Baby, you've changed.
Nestle introduces the best-tasting Baby Ruth ever with a tastier, softer center. America's baby just got better.
When you think of Italy, you think of things like the latest fashions. Want to go to Subway? But best of all, great-tasting bread.
Our new roasted garlic on Italian starts with classic Italian bread, and then we top it with roasted garlic and spices and bake it all together.
Subway, fresh! Hey, you want to see how powerful Sunkist really is? Watch this. Oh, girls. This might take a while. Sunkist, experience the charge. Oh, yes! Yes!
Want happy employees? Help secure their financial futures. At the Principal Financial Group, that's what we do. The Principal is the 401k leader, financial solutions for you and growing businesses. The Principal Financial Group, we understand what you're working for.
One frontier, one battle.
Arimana doesn't take his chance.
One king.
Know damn well what kind of man I am.
Patrick Stewart, King of Texas. See the world premiere Sunday, June 2nd at 8 on TNT.
Another doubleheader tomorrow night. The Hornets and the Magic, the Nets and the Pacers. That's on TBS starting at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Wednesday on TNT, the Celtics and the Sixers playing Game 4.
Woo,
and the Spurs and the Sonics. And Rashard Lewis, by the way, has been told he needs to rest that shoulder for 3 weeks. I don't expect to see him in Game 4.
The AT&T Halftime Report has been brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of the NBA.
Encourage a lifelong love of reading. Read to achieve.
Chili's Mushroom Jack Fajitas with grilled chicken, jack cheese, and smoky bacon. Wow.
Yeah, the network's switching over now.
Network, what's going on? Let's take a look, shall we?
The phone lines are down.
Voice, you take over. Switching to data. 3, 2.
Got it. Want to keep your business up and running? Genuity's Black Rocket combines voice and data on a single secure network. Genuity.
My house, my other house, my kids, number 51, number 20, where I sleep, where I eat, where I do business, where I want my ashes scattered, my soulmate, my guidance counselor, my sheep, where the wild things are, what I wear, the complete wardrobe, what I count to fall asleep at night, where I run to drown my sorrows, where I run to celebrate, my surgeon, my religion, my life, baseball, Triple Play 2002, how committed are you? EA Sports, it's in the game, rated E for everyone.
Chili's Southwestern Egg Rolls, where East meets Southwest.
Uncover the perfect cover-up. Absolute Power. Saturday night at 8 on TNT.
I won a gold and silver medal at the Winter Olympics. He showed me how to use this thing.
I brought home the gold.
She helped me get rid of my grubs.
I won the silver.
He taught me the importance of primer.
My team won the gold.
She helped me find one of those flappy things.
Our associates do great things every day. To join the team, give the Home Depot a call.
Check this out. Bob here needs a car.
How about a pickup? A black one. With a place for my bike.
With 2 million new and used cars, you're sure to find the one you want at Autotrader.com.
Need a loan?
Oh, yeah. Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
There hasn't been a show that has really provided women with the information and the tools they need to have healthy, happy sexual lives.
Meet the dynamic doctor team, Sisters Jennifer and Laura Berman.
And all women's issues, not just sex, but raising children. Women will get real information, real answers to their questions.
Look for their new series, Berman and Berman for Women Only. Tonight at 10.
We can help you.
Watch Discovery Health Channel on DirecTV, Channel 279.
Are you near a phone? Can you take down a number? Then call to find out about term life insurance at competitive rates from a respected insurer, Protective Life Insurance Company. A 35-year-old could get a $200,000 policy for less than $14 a month. A 40-year-old could get a $250,000 policy for less than $18 a month. For your free quote, call now. Matrix Direct, 1-800-390-3019. This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
And we get ready for the second half here in Toronto, and if the Pistons thought the Raptors' effort on Saturday was going to be a one-shot thing, they are badly mistaken, because Toronto has picked up where they left off, Hubie, outscoring the Pistons by 10 in the second quarter.
Yeah, they're just out-toughing them. Look, we're seeing brutal shooting at both ends. Detroit at 33, Toronto at 39. But at least Toronto is getting and working the offensive boards. They have 10 boards there. They have doubled them by 27 points, fast breaks, second shots, points in the paint. And still, Detroit is only down 10. Their first unit, they're only shooting 27% as a group. 10 turnovers. This has got to change.
And I'm sure Rick Carlisle had talked about that subject. And right now, here is tonight's Inside Tracks presented by Lamisil.
scoreless, right? Your guy goes through, we're going to be in a full rotation. So you can come, take him to someone you come, and we got to rotate.
Very well covered by Lenny Wilkins. Tonight, they're quicker on the rotations. They're getting to their spots. They're forcing Detroit to miss open shots because they are intimidating the shooter.
And the Raptors turn it over on their first possession, and let's get a report from Cheryl Miller.
Well, Dick and Hubie, Coach Carlisle told me that he thought that his team got a little rattled in the first half, and they compounded the situation by trying to get it all back at once. He said second half, we just need to settle down, stop turning the ball over, and giving the Raptors second and third attempts at the basket. Coach Wilkins wants his team to maintain their defensive intensity, keep pushing the ball, and don't go to sleep in this half, guys.
Good advice from Rick Carlisle, and all very obvious to what's going on. Ben Wallace missing inside on the layup. The 10 offensive rebounds by Toronto, 6 by Keon Clark in the first half.
Ben Wallace definitely rushed on that shot. He was unexpected, received an unexpected pass.
The pick and spot up by Antonio Davis, only his 4th field goal of the game.
That has been there in all 4 games. Pick and spot up for Antonio. He can get that shot. The rotation is too far to cover for Detroit.
Opening up the biggest lead for the Raptors, looking to send it to Detroit for a deciding game as Cliff Robinson with only 5 points in the game. Robinson trying to get on track. 13 years in the NBA, 13 years in postseason.
Well, this first unit for Detroit, Robinson and Stackhouse, they've got to lead this group by scoring and shooting a high percentage in the second half.
Trapping Alvin Williams, and a good job by Curry. And Michael Curry getting the job done, and Childs fouling Chucky Atkins. So the Pistons getting out for a change.
We'd like to give you that pick and spot up that was run so well by Toronto. You're going to see the screen here, and as you come off, you always come off to score. See, Davis always comes to this area, and it makes it difficult for the rotating guys to get there. Keep an eye on it. Now you're going to see the screen. They step out, and when they step out, it's too far of a cover, and Davis has been able to shoot, like we showed you at the top, shooting over 54% in the previous 3 games.
Atkins successful on his first free throw, misses the second. So the Raptors, who are led by Keon Clark with 15 points and 13 rebounds in the first half. Opening minutes of the third quarter, Clark working his way in, and he just backed Wallace all the way in under the basket.
Now that's a horse shot, okay? That is so hard. What a degree of difficulty on that shot. He just muscled that ball in up over the top of Ben Wallace.
So the lead 11 now. The Pistons wondering what hit him as they come out in the second, and Stackhouse going in as fouled. Jerry Stackhouse, you remember, did not score a point till almost a third of the way through the third quarter on Saturday. Stackhouse scored all of his 7 points early. In fact, 7 of the first 8 for the Pistons. Missed his last 8 from the field. Keon Clark with his 3rd personal foul.
Now keep an eye on Keon here as he comes back. Now he's been fighting, and he just lays back and goes up over the top of Ben Wallace.
Stackhouse with a pair, and it's a 9-point Toronto lead.
Detroit still in striking distance. We told you never count them out because of their transition game and their ability to shoot a high percentage in 3.
Keon Clark banks it in. Keon Clark is the Antonio Davis of Game 4.
Keon Clark is doing it all. He's shooting a high percentage. He's now 8 for 13 from the floor in this game.
Here's Stackhouse driving against Peterson, and the foul against Morris Peterson. That'll be 3 on Mo Peterson. Peterson and Clark and Jerome Williams all with 3 fouls for Toronto, and Ben Wallace the only Piston with 3.
Big factor in this game. Jerry Stackhouse has only been to the foul line at halftime. 1 foul shot attempt.
Clifford Robinson over Keon Clark, and it dropped for him. So Robinson trying to get cooking offensively, and a timeout called by the Raptors.
Yeah, they want to cover that defensive assignment here right now. See, there seems to be a little question mark. Lenny is going right to Keon Clark to tell him how they want to play people off the dribble and then kicking back to his man.
20-second timeout called, and right now let's check out Absolute Power on TNT.
The president's mistress is dead. Two men know who did it. One is a common thief. The other is the president. Clint Eastwood stars in Absolute Power tomorrow night at 8 on TNT.
3 minutes gone by, and the Pistons looking to try to wrap it up against a tough Raptor team. Rick Carlisle telling us before the game, Hubie, that really we only have 2 players that we have used on the roster who have been part of a winning playoff enterprise, Clifford Robinson and John Barry. So he said, my club didn't really know how to close it out going on the road on Saturday.
It's always a challenge for a young team, a new coach, a new coaching staff, a ton of new guys, and then for everything to click. But then you also got to give credit to the other team. I mean, you know, this isn't a gimme like every series is going to be 3-0. Everyone knew when we tossed it up in this series, this could go 5. So why should anyone be in shock that Toronto finally shot a decent percentage after losing in the first 2 games and only shooting 40%?
Second foul on Michael Curry. Red Auerbach once said, it's not solitaire out there. A lot of people fail to realize it. Keon Clark leaping for the rebound and gets it.
The 97, I'm shocked that that ball didn't go in off of 4 guys, and he would have gotten credit for the basket.
Been that kind of a night for him. You're right. You're right. Peterson for 3, and he's got it. There it is. Morris Peterson with a 3-pointer. And the Raptors continue their hustle play, and they're really, again, beating the Pistons to the punch. Pistons felt they were a step behind on Saturday. Looked that way again. Stackhouse coming up empty on the 3-point attempt. Giles right back, driving around Curry. A tough one-hander, though. And Detroit trying to push it up with Stackhouse. In the corner, Michael Curry fouled on the baseline.
He might not be putting him on the line. I think he's saying that that was a pass-off.
But I'll tell you what, that was a bad foul for Toronto because Keon Clark has picked up his 4th personal foul. Bad to get him out of there.
That's right. And you know why? Curry's behind the board. See, that's why it's a bad foul. It's a bad foul because you know you have 3 and you're the mainstay of the offense right now. The man is behind the backboard. Who cares if he elevates? He's not going to be able to make a shot.
So they've got to sit down Clark with 19 points and 15 rebounds, replaced by Jerome Williams. So the Pistons see if they can make hay with Clark, who's been their tormentor on the bench. Stackhouse tipped by Jerome Williams. Good defensive anticipation. And Morris Peterson lays it in.
Great team play. They've been out there forcing turnovers, getting the deflections, and then exploding on the break. Now at halftime, the fast breaks were 21-11. That's a big plus 10 because it should be in reverse like it was in games 1 and 2. And once again, Peterson getting the easy score.
Spring migration. For most birds, it's a grueling cross-country journey. For others, it's rather carefree. Jeep Grand Cherokee, with a 4-liter PowerTech engine, it's ideally suited for the long-distance traveler. Now get our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge on the most award-winning brand of 4x4s. Jeep, there's only one.
Hey, Peyton, you're up. Hey, Peyton.
Attention, please. All guests are invited to the bikini contest, now taking place in the pool area.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Be prepared. Order now and save $20 off the regular season price.
He's a deadly force from another universe, and he can defy gravity, alter time, bend reality,
He's escaping.
He will discover the portal to our world.
We have a problem here.
There's never been anything like what I have become.
Jet Li is the one.
Playing this month on pay-per-view. Tune to the 100s and order with your remote.
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Wendy's 99-cent crispy chicken nuggets. It's better here. By Jeep Liberty. Jeep, there's only one. And by the NBA. The playoffs continue. Love it live.
Welcome back to the Air Canada Center. In Game 3, it was Antonio Davis who was leading the team tonight. It is Keon Clark, 19 points, 15 boards, all playoff career highs. And I'm joined by his mother, Cynthia Brown. And Cynthia, you told me that you gave him a pep talk. What exactly did you say?
I'm like Emerald. You gotta step it up a notch, baby. It's playoff time.
Now, this game goes back to a Game 5 in Detroit. Will you join the team?
Not if, baby. When they win tonight, I will be in Detroit Motor City, okay?
When, not if, but when they go back to that. Let's send it back to you, Dick and Hilby. I'm very confident Keon Clark.
Hey, she's Motown already. You know, she's Motown all the way. Cynthia Brown, the mother of Keon Clark, on the bench right now with 4 personal fouls. And
right now, they're in a 3-2 zone. They've been showing zone here, coming out of timeouts. They ran it a lot when Del Curry was in the game in the first half.
Atkins driving in, and he is fouled. The Raptors with their biggest lead right now, 14 points. 7:19 to go in the third. Chris Childs with his second personal foul.
Well, when you're in that zone, you know you're in it for a reason. You're trying to protect your guys, also to try to keep the offense on the perimeter. NBA guys cover the ground. You don't want anybody in the painted area. Get them to shoot the jump shot. Well, that's what's been happening time and time again. Cardinal rule, never foul the jump shooter. Pressure him, don't foul.
Atkins cutting the lead for Toronto to 12. Childs with Antonio Davis, Alvin Williams, Jerome Williams, and Mo Peterson for the Raptors.
Yeah, they're running the flex now. It's the first time tonight that we've seen it. They ran it a lot in games 1 and 2.
Alvin Williams defended by Curry, pulls back and short with the 3, and here is Atkins 3-on-3, and he saw that he did not have numbers.
That's right. He had Stackhouse a step ahead, but it would have had to be a perfect pass. So you'd rather him slow it down, get something out of it. Solid decision.
7 on the 24-second clock. Flip Robinson. Double team. And Curry cannot put it up. But you don't want Curry with 1 second to go to take the shot, do you?
No, it was excellent defense. They played that perfectly. Once they got that ball pickup and forced that diagonal pass across the floor, they closed down. They call that closing down. The defender made his rotation back up and did not allow Chucky Atkins to beat him off the dribble.
Hey, the Pistons have had great respect for Toronto's defensive ability.
Yes, they have.
They did not take them lightly at that end of the floor. 9 on the shot clock. Peterson. Stackhouse trying to stay with him. Childs, Atkins does not go for the fake. Pass inside, Davis in and out on the slam, out of bounds, and his last touch by the Pistons.
Now that was challenged courageously by Ben Wallace. Now watch this, he's going with both hands. He went right up in there. Now, you could say, well, he missed it, he rattled it out of there, he's trying to send it down too hard. The big thing is, though, is that Wallace was there and was between him and that rim.
Ben Wallace joining Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Walton, and Hakeem Olajuwon, the only players in NBA history who led the league in rebounding and block shots in the same season.
Encourage a lifelong love of reading. Read to achieve.
Honey, I've got the black teddy on.
Yeah, okay.
And I put the satin sheets on the bed.
Yeah. Be up in a minute.
I've got cold Bud Light.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Steve? Debbie?
Make it a Bud Light.
Hey, this is cool.
How many 4x4s can you really take off-road?
That was great.
I suppose we better go give these guys a hand, huh?
With its patented four-wheel drive system, Jeep Liberty makes every day Independence Day.
No laughing this time, guys.
Now get our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge on the most award-winning brand of 4x4s. Jeep, there's only one.
And what did you do this weekend?
I called this girl, but the line was busy.
Gary? Matt?
I went to Wendy's for lunch. Well, I see their hamburgers on TV, and they look good. I ordered a classic double with cheese. Call me crazy, but I think they made it just for me. Hot, juicy, it tasted great. And when I finished, I felt good. And I liked that feeling.
Bravo!
Sure. Wendy's Classic Double with cheese. And now Wendy's pickup windows open late so you can eat great even late.
You pump. Yes. You pump. You pump. Aloha.
Me and you. It just takes two.
Well, other than making the A should be A instead of an E, Sacramento. It's coming up next, Game 4 between the Kings and the Jazz. And two of the better power forwards, Karl Malone and Chris Webber, dueling in a 2-1 Kings lead.
Fiercely fought. Utah definitely dictating the tempo. And all three games came down to execution in the last 30 to 45 seconds.
Corliss Williamson in the game for Detroit. He scored 12 of the Pistons' 15 points in the second quarter. And he remains their leading scorer. Here is Peterson with 10 on the clock. Childs dribbling into Williamson. Jerome Williams gets the roll. He got the bounce. First points of the game.
That was a nice penetration of the defense by Chris Childs and a beautiful handoff to Jerome Williams.
Raptors with a 16-point edge in the paint.
And all they're doing is switching on the men anytime they cross on the outside.
Atkins looping it in for the basket. So Atkins with 10, the second Piston to get into double figures.
Yeah, that was an extremely difficult shot. We told you earlier, Chucky Atkins has had an excellent series, but tonight he and Stackhouse cannot get it going from the outside.
Alvin Williams off the screen, tipped into Curry, and now Atkins' hands. Raptors getting back defensively, but Atkins blows by Alvin Williams for the basket.
Oh, that was beautiful. Anytime that you come out on a fast break, always look for the crossover, whether it's in front or a reverse dribble or you're going through your leg, because you could see what happened to Alvin Williams. He got locked. He got locked and he could not recover. Beautiful move by Chucky.
Yes, it was. Down to 10. Here's Antonio Davis. And Williamson trying for the rebound, but it's knocked out of bounds by Jerome Williams. Del Curry is going to come back in for the Toronto Raptors. Now, Curry scored 5 in the first half, but only good things happened when he was in the game for Toronto.
He did a very nice job. He gave him a quick shot in the arm, and they needed it at that time. And the team recovered themselves and went on to explode and have a nice halftime 10-point lead.
That's what they have now. The Raptors with 4.5 remaining in the third. Childs looking in Atkins' eye, cuts him off on the baseline, and goes the other way.
Defense got a piece of that. They'll run Del Curry off. You know, quite a few screens down on the baseline. Now, they're small now with Peterson at small forward, along with Curry and Childs in the backcourt. You've got to hurt them now. If you shoot and miss, if you're Detroit, you've got to hurt them on the glass.
John Barry coming back into the game, and it was Cliff Robinson with the foul on Antonio Davis. 3 on Robinson. Stackhouse.
Right now, they're beautiful.
Cut through by Jerome Williams, and the Pistons just watch.
Never stops hustling. Davis hustling. That was a beautiful backdoor cut by Curry. The pass was right on the money. Now, when he missed, never assume a guy is going to make a layup. Jerome Williams, Mr. Hustle.
And the Pistons just standing and watching.
They're playing Williamson now as a power forward for Detroit.
Out of bounds, and his last touch by the Raptors with 6 on the shot clock.
Detroit going small now. You have Stackhouse, Barry, and Atkins out on the perimeter.
Getting it into Robinson. Shot clock going down, and Cliff Robinson beyond the arc cannot come up with it, and the Raptors trying to match their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 12 now, but Childs pass picked off in a John Barry 3.
Yes.
John Barry hitting the 3, as you mentioned, second in the league, and 2 for 4 on Saturday.
Yeah, he shoots it. He shoots it with a great degree of confidence. And in this series, he's been big. He comes down on the fly. He attempts 4 a game in a short period of time.
Curry misses a 3.
And watch out. See, this is where they rally all the time in their game with the second unit. The second unit brought them in game 3, down 20, brought them all the way to 6. But then they just could not turn the corner.
Barry nearly had 2 in a row. That jumped in and out of the basket.
You play helter-skelter right now, you're playing Detroit Pistons basketball. They want that pace. Toronto, they would like to slow it down.
Childs from the perimeter, and now Toronto giving up the inside game.
Yeah, here they come.
And Detroit trying to take advantage of the perimeter misses, and Atkins wending his way in has 14 points, and he has 9 here in this third quarter.
You have to be careful. Anytime the team brings in an up-tempo group of guys, you have got to dictate your tempo. And you always want to be strong. You don't want to rely on jump shots. You want to get down in the paint.
And there's the shot by Curry, but he was fouled from behind, and Barry comes up limping a bit after that foul. It's on Barry, his second.
We always say get the ball into the painted area. It doesn't necessarily always mean that you're going into the post people. The big key is if you can get into the painted area off the dribble, good things happen. Big people rotate, you drop the ball off. If no one rotates, you get a high percentage shot. Plus, you have an excellent opportunity to get to the offensive board.
Alvin Williams will return to the lineup, replacing Chris Childs. Childs tonight with 4 points and 5 assists. He had a playoff career high 14 assists in the losing game in Detroit game 2 and had 10 in the last outing. 7 now for Del Curry, and the lead for Toronto is 9. 2 minutes to go, third.
Now, this good, you got to remember, Williamson is their key post-up guy. Everyone else is basically perimeter.
And Williams, Alvin, guarding Chucky Atkins, who has burned Childs a bit in the third quarter. And after missing 9 from the field, Jerry Stackhouse scores inside.
That's that screen that you see in the NBA a lot that we showed you in the first half of the telestrator. It's about 6 to 8 feet in on that sideline, and they turn that corner. He will let ball into the basket.
Knocked away and picked up. And they're going to call the foul as Cliff Robinson got the ball away from Antonio Davis. And he'll hit Davis with the personal foul. And the Pistons making a run here with under a minute and a half to go in the third. It's the penalty situation, so the Pistons will go to the line. There is Keon Clark, and a very critical 4th foul picked up by Clark, and that seemed to start the surge for Detroit.
Well, and he's trying to rotate guys. Now, we have not seen Olajuwon in here. You say, well, it's small ball versus small ball. The key is that Toronto went small first.
Robinson missing the first free throw. Again, struggling offensively tonight, as he has throughout the series. 1 out of 2, and the lead is 6.
They're going right back to the flex offense. Now, they have not had good looks out of this. They've been in it at least 4 times, and they here's another
turnover, and Barry is fouled. And now a technical foul has been called on Antonio Davis after Curry committed the initial foul.
Well, they get Antonio Davis with a forearm. See, Barry was already fouled as he came across half court 2 steps. Now keep an eye here now on the left. There's your foul. The whistle blows. Now as he comes down in this area, Antonio catches him with a forearm. Now, while you can say it's incidental contact, well, the referee, they do not want anything to happen here from a physical nature. Boom, they're hitting you right off the bat. No need for the contact there. The whistle had already blown.
So Barry will shift the technical foul.
Barry, a 93% foul shooter during the season.
And now, the clear path foul and the technical. So Barry lifting the line. This is the free throw. When do you ever see that from him?
Well, the defense, they grab Barry from behind. So what they're saying is he could have had an easy layup. So they give you the 2 fouls. They give you the fouls, and then you get the basketball on the side. Same call that we had in the first quarter.
Here is Stackhouse to a wide-open Robinson. And Cliff Robinson hitting his second 3. And now the Pistons have made up 10 points with Keon Clark on the bench with 4 fouls.
We can't say it enough when they go to this unit. They're never out of it. Once again, Robinson, a 38% three-point shooter, knocks in a 3.
And Stackhouse and Robinson with his 4th foul. So Robinson with 4 for Detroit. Keon Clark has been sitting on the bench with 4 for Toronto as the Pistons making a charge here. Ben Wallace back in the game replacing Robinson. The lead is 2 with that much time remaining in the 3rd quarter. Barry trying to smother Del Curry. Alvin Williams. Good bank shot against Atkins.
That was well done. We say that Alvin Williams, off the dribble, can create his own shot. He takes his time. He doesn't have great quickness, but he knows when to stop and get up and elevate, and he plays the boards well.
And Barry inside to feed Wallace. Stackhouse with 6 on the shot clock. Wallace with the offensive rebound, and this is the putback. And Jerome Williams and Barry will jump it up, and things are getting heated out here on the floor.
Well, it's all hustle, Vic. I mean, it's hustle points. And then when you have hustle points like this, you're going to have bodies smashing in. Plus, Toronto is frustrated right now. And remember, this is one of the very few offensive rebounds in this game for Detroit. Now, Ben Wallace usually would make that shot, not tonight. But you have people who understand the importance of this game, and then Toronto feeling the frustration of blowing the big lead.
And Jerome Williams will have a 4-inch height advantage on John Barry, and Toronto gets it, can play easily for that last shot of the 3rd quarter. Raptors were up by 10 at the half, and here's Antonio Davis, offensive rebounding, and a foul. Time runs out, but they will be
giving him a loose ball foul. Yep.
Yes.
Jerome Williams, they're calling a loose ball foul here before the time clock goes out. This is just sheer hustle.
And the personal.
Now right here, now just keep an eye on it. Here comes Jerome Williams, and they're calling the foul right there. You can see
Williamson.
Williamson knocked him to the floor. Excellent call.
And they put 0.3 of a second back on the clock. You watch the clock run down, but there are 0.3 when the foul was committed by Williamson on Williams. Jerome Williams can give the Raptors a 6-point lead with this free throw.
With 0.3 of a second, all it can be is a long lob. It has to be a tap. You make the catch, then take the shot. That's the old Trent Tucker rule that went in one night in New York. Tucker caught a ball with 2 seconds on the clock. I mean, 0.2 of a second on the clock, made a field goal. Critical game. They changed the ruling. Anytime it has 0.3 of a second, it's got to be a tap, a direction.
Well, Toronto's going to have to be satisfied with a 5-point lead. 19 for Clark on the bench. Atkins with 14 leading Detroit. We go to the final 12 of regulation.
The NBA and WNBA continue to write new chapters to the Read to Achieve story.
Okay,
Let's read.
With each turn of the page, players and coaches are encouraging families to open a book with their children.
You like this book? All right.
And by donating computers and books to create reading and learning centers, the NBA is helping kids develop a lifelong love of reading.
Read to achieve!
Be a part of the success and read to achieve.
Pile this.
Sure can. Thank you. Paper jam. Hi.
Heavy starch.
Oh, heavy starch it is. Hi. Hey, Santos. How's the company stock doing?
Up again.
Good night, Paula. Good night.
The new E-Trade. More of what you need to stay ahead in today's economy. E-Trade Financial.
Me and Joan. That's me. Always with a cigarette. I've tried quitting before, but it's hard to give up a friendship that's lasted this long. So this time, I'm quitting with Nicorette.
Taken on a regular schedule, Nicorette helps prevent cravings. And when a strong craving hits, you can always take an extra piece.
I certainly needed the extra piece that day.
You can do it. Nicorette can help.
I look good without a cigarette.
Moo.
For an incredible bargain on a computer, just call 1-800-GATEWAY. Because right now, you can get a Gateway 300 SE desktop fully loaded with an Intel Celeron processor, 128 megabytes of memory, and a monitor, all for just $5.99. That's right, a Gateway computer with a monitor for just $5.99. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. So call 1-800-GATEWAY today. That's 1-800-GATEWAY.
Sounds like a good thing.
Budget is really working hard to improve truck rental.
Yeah, rates starting in 1995.
And a service where our movers help load and unload the trucks.
Can we make load and unload even better?
Roller skates to make the move even faster.
Hmm?
They don't need roller skates.
Yeah, no, not roller skates, but load and unload.
Is that your idea? That's a terrific idea.
It is the fourth quarter here at the Air Canada Center. Let's take a look at tonight's budget rent-a-car fast break. The key numbers, Hubie, obviously the teams doing what they do best. The 6 threes by Detroit, the 19 second chance points by Toronto.
That's what they're noted for. That's why Detroit can come back in a hurry, because you have high percentage guys here who shoot the three so well. Now, at the other end, you know that like coming with Olajuwon right now, you know that they're going to go down inside and they're going to work extremely hard to try to get Akeem going. Can the fronting of the post baffle Toronto, or can they get the ball into him and make something happen with either Akeem scoring or with continuity passing out of the post?
Atkins, Barry, Stackhouse, Williamson, and Wallace for the Pistons. There is Williamson with the turnaround and tipped up, trying to keep it alive is Wallace. And the Raptors leading by 5, trailing in the series 2-1.
Well, the front line definitely has somewhat controlled Ben Wallace on the boards. And by that, I mean the offensive board. He led the league with 5 a game. And in games 1 and 2, he averaged 5. But in game 3 and again tonight, they're doing a good job keeping him quiet.
Alvin Williams got the shot off in time, but the Pistons get it back, trying to narrow the 5-point lead. They cut it to 2 late in that third quarter.
It's a clear out.
Stackhouse. And with 5 on the shot clock, Detroit against a very tough defensive sequence here. Atkins just fires it up. And the loose ball.
Look up.
Like a pinball back to Toronto. Curry, who's there with Peterson. You mentioned Jerome Williams. Olajuwon with the ball. And Alvin Williams, and traveling called against Olajuwon.
That was Akeem thought on the catch that he had an uncontested layup. Ben Wallace was standing right there in the lane.
And Keon Clark coming toward the scorer's table. He sat out the last 8 minutes with 4 personal fouls for Toronto. And the Pistons had a 7-point edge to come back in this game. They were down by as many as 14 at one point. Stackhouse throws it away, trying to go to a cutting Williamson.
I thought Stackhouse, he could have put up a shot. It would have been contested in the lane there. Williamson was moving to his left. He was moving on a backdoor cut. Unfortunately, the pass was too high.
So Keon Clark, who has 15 rebounds to go along with his 19 points. Raptors leading by 5. Clark was out for nearly 10 minutes.
Detroit fights you. They fight you hard. They're not going to allow an easy pass to go in there. They front you hard.
Peterson with a tough arcing shot, coming in with 14 here in Game 4.
Nice to see him attacking. Attacking off the dribble. Good things happen for him.
Stackhouse working against Peterson, did a good job defensively in the last game, did a terrific job on that sequence, and Wallace claiming that it was deflected by a Raptor, does not get the call.
Anytime that Stackhouse catches the ball on the right side of the floor, Toronto immediately sends a guy to that side to help out the defender. So every time Stackhouse gets by his man, that extra man is coming and trapping him, and they're forcing him to make decisions.
On the pick and roll, Olajuwon with 5.
Good timeout.
And a timeout called by Detroit. So Stackhouse, who has missed 11 of his last 12, they need his points, and they're going to need it down the stretch as the Raptors open up a 9-point lead.
The closer you get, the more extreme it gets. The most extreme V-twins on the planet. VTX from Honda.
Experience NBA.com on America Online. See the best action shots and off-the-court photos every night. At America Online, keyword NBA.com.
America is still strong, and we salute the backbone of our economy, the independent small business owner. Now you can gain independence, make big money, and have the time to enjoy it. Call Teleking Communications Corporation, 1-800-207-7677, and discover an incredible offer to run your own wholesale distribution business. This high-profit opportunity is the American dream. Be your own boss, work part-time or full-time, and earn big money with no direct selling on your part. Get all the facts now on how you can take advantage of this turnkey operation. Availability in your area may be limited, so call today. Teleking will help you increase your income and give you the freedom to enjoy the things that make America great. Operators are standing by to help you. The call is free, and there's no obligation. Take charge of your life, earn big money, and have the time to enjoy it all. Teleking. For your free brochure and video, call 1-800-207-7677 now.
Raptors by 9 over the Pistons, looking to even things at 2 apiece. Right now, let's take a look at Witchblade on TNT.
This summer, New York's toughest con is back. Witchblade. All new episodes, all new beginning. Coming this June to TNT.
Well, Hubie, with little over a minute remaining in the third quarter, the Pistons cut the deficit to 2, 63-61. They have not scored since in the last 4 minutes, lopping over into the fourth quarter.
Well, I thought a number of the opportunities went Stackhouse's way. Toronto dropped the extra guy on that side of the floor and kind of played 2 defenders against 1 man, and they got him either to miss the shot or to put the ball into a turnover situation.
New clock for Detroit.
Yeah, they got to start working Williamson, because Williamson is a horse, and I like the matchup for Williamson because Peterson is playing him.
Out of bounds, last touch by Barry on the chase week. Del Curry, so the Raptors get it.
Yeah, they're getting excellent minutes out of Del Curry tonight. Now, right there, you can see Barry knocked it out. Del Curry and Olajuwon have given them points and good hustle situations for them off the bench.
Toronto Raptors trailing 2-0 and not looking very good in the first two games. Have come back strong at home. Looking to force a fifth game. Wallace bats it into the air on the pass intended for Olajuwon.
Yeah, Wallace slipped that time. Curry thought that he had a clear passing lane, and then Wallace recovered.
Barry back to Williamson against Clark, who has 4 fouls, and Williamson with a very tough basket.
I'm telling you, what a feel he has. He can take it in there and take that body contact. Both guys hit him, and he was still able to come up with a soft shot.
First Detroit points of this quarter. Peterson going up for the 3, and Wallace with the rebound. So the Pistons.
Now's the time for Wallace to come alive at both ends of the floor here.
He has his 12 rebounds, but he hasn't done it offensively, and Cliff Robinson, who has missed 2, going out beyond the arc again.
Yeah, Cliff put that one up there. That was a line drive.
Clark setting the screen. Peterson was picked up by Robinson on the switch.
No double.
Olajuwon. Tipped by Williamson. Came right in there, and now the Pistons trailing by 7. John Barry with Chucky Atkins, Corliss Williamson, Cliff Robinson, Ben Wallace. Stackhouse on the bench.
You got to go in here. See, this is a tough cover for Peterson. Williamson's too strong for him.
Here's Atkins setting for the 3 and missing.
It's all right. It's a good shot. He had a good look, and he's your guy. After Barry shoots it at 47, he shoots it at 41.
Curry with a quick release. And Atkins trying to push it up against Williamson, and Peterson with a snarl rams the ball into the crowd, and the crowd loving it here in Toronto. What a block.
This is just great defense. Look to the right of your screen. Here comes Peterson from behind.
Antonio Davis is back in for Toronto. Atkins will go out, and into the game, Damon Jones for the Pistons.
Yeah, they're just bringing 3 of the bench guys. Williamson, Barry, and Damon Jones, keeping Robinson and Ben Wallace out on the floor.
And Jerome Williams in the guard. Corliss Williamson. Williamsburg guarding Williamson, traded for each other in 2001, going at each other here, out of bounds, last touch by the Pistons.
Yeah, Corliss is upset with himself. He thought that he had an excellent look, and really, Jerome Williams was not even there to contest the shot.
So the Pistons trailing 70-63, and defending here. Toronto getting bigger as Curry sat down. With Davis back in as well, and Peterson hitting a 3 and getting knocked to the floor. Now they say a 2-point field goal, so 16 for Morris Peterson.
Now Peterson in the second half now has made 2 long jumpers. The first 2 long ones that he's made in this series.
Robinson driving in, trying to get the foul, and the object is to get Clark his 5th personal.
I think they're calling a pass off here, though.
And it's on Antonio Davis.
Yeah, Bernie Fryer makes the call, Dick, and they're taking it on the side. Lenny Wilkins was right up, going to protest, but they put him on the line.
Second foul on Davis. What a pass inside from Jones.
Good foul.
To Ben Wallace. He had to go through several players, and the foul committed by Jerome Williams. That's 4 on Jerome.
During the regular season, he would have dunked this. They're not going to allow him to dunk the ball. And you can see it in games 3 and 4 right here. So they're going to make sure he doesn't get to the rim. Why? Because he's a 42% foul shooter. They're going to force him to make the foul shots.
And this is Ben Wallace's first trip to the free throw line tonight. And his first point of the game. But the Pistons have been in a drought.
Good, answering the pressure.
Right, only 4 points.
There's a guy down in the
That's all right. Well, we'll take care of that. 4 points for the Pistons in nearly 7 minutes of play. And an over-exuberant fan gets whisked away.
Quickly.
And ruining what's going on for the rest of this capacity crowd of over 20,000 for at least a moment. That's all.
Toronto now, Lenny Wilkins talking, to Antonio Davis. They have their first group on the floor right now. Now the flex offense has not given them anything at all in the second half. All right, that's good. We're going away from that, going to continuity now with downstream.
Under 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Davis from Clark, last touch by the Raptors, and a timeout called. So this is a critical time coming up, not only for Lenny Wilkins and the Raptors, who need a win to stay alive, but for the Pistons, who want to just end things here on the road and move on.
Well, glory be, the funk's on me, Bobby.
Keep that funk alive. Keep that funk alive.
Well, it's 1975, and we'll just be keeping the funk alive.
Do that funk. Just do that funk.
So what the?
Do that funk. Yeah, just do that funk.
The fender.
Just do that funk. Do that funk.
We weren't technically a garage band since we practiced in a barn. We still make a lot of noise, only now it's on the phone.
Introducing AT&T Unlimited.
Luckily, I pay one flat rate and we talk till we're hoarse.
$19.95 a month for unlimited long-distance calls to any AT&T residential long-distance customer. Call all you want, whenever you want, and never watch the clock.
I love them, but I'm not going to pay a lot to listen to them. Nobody ever did.
Call 1-800-REACH-OUT to enroll.
In the old days, athlete's foot meant using Lotrimin AF or Tenactin for 4 whole weeks.
Who does that? Today, they're out. Because Lamisil AT changed everything. Lamisil AT kills the fungus with just 1 week's use.
Do you really have 4 weeks to use those other guys?
When your feet itch and burn, using Lamisil AT 1 week keeps you athlete's foot free for 3 months. Those old-timers, they don't promise that.
It's in a league all its own.
Lamisil AT, the best way to cure athlete's foot.
With the pieces finally in place, they ruled the West. But now, with great expectations, can the Sacramento Kings continue their dominance as they challenge the league for an NBA championship? The Kings versus the Jazz, next on TNT.
Now, I'd like to show you what's going on all night. The basketball is right here. They're fronting the post player. So they're going to lift. They're going to go high and look for the lob pass. But watch this defender over here. He's not playing his man. He's going to come right in here and force the ball. And no shot attempt. And we're going to see right there, they knocked the ball out of bounds. Give them a lot of credit. They've been working hard all night trying to discourage the low post play.
Remember, the Pistons cut game 3 to 6, 83-77 with 6:25 to go in the fourth. Toronto has had problems down the stretch in many games. They responded in game 3. Let's see what they do in game 4. Up by 7.
Well, I like right there. They kind of caught Detroit by surprise. They came out and they were in a zone. They were in a 2-3 zone that time, and Detroit tried to go quickly right down into Corliss Williamson.
Well, we've only had 10 total points scored in the fourth quarter, reminding of the first quarter. Keon Clark with the block.
Why not?
And he is fouled. Keon Clark, who had to sit with 4 personals. And now Williamson with his third, and that is the first team foul by the Pistons here in this fourth quarter with 5:33 to go.
Keon Clark throughout this series is averaging 2 blocks, just like during the regular season.
Alvin Williams. And right now, jockeying for position is Antonio Davis and Cliff Robinson. Mo Peterson with a 2. Morris Peterson with 18 points.
It's great. It's great to see him that he's not forcing the three behind the line. He's playing 15 to 18-foot basketball, and he's looking great.
And having his best scoring game of the series, John Barry coming back with his second three. And all of a sudden, the crowd silenced again. Raptors by 6.
Well, you know that Barry is always the threat. He's going to stretch your defense, and then if you don't play him, he's shooting. If you do play him, he's playing two-man with Williamson.
And the layup this time by Peterson. Peterson having his finest offensive game of the series. 20 points to lead the Raptors.
Yeah, Mo Peterson is moving well without the ball that time.
John Barry will fire a long three and hit it. And Peterson loses his right. Oh, no, Barry lost his right shoe.
Right shoe.
Unless he wants to take Peterson.
Yeah, well, Barry was trying the old kick out and getting the contact, looking for the call.
I see what you mean by kick out. Clark, pick and roll. Inside. Misses it. And they're going to call Barry for the foul on Keon Clark. And Barry hit with a technical.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
He'll say, what did I do? I brought the ball over to the official.
Well, what did he do? I mean, Rick Carlisle, you know, he was kind of stunned by that. You get the game down. See, Barry, he knew that he committed the foul. Now, that is, maybe you're trying to show me up. So by running over there and giving him the ball, we have no idea if he said anything, okay?
No.
And unfortunately for us, we're too far away because it's on the other side of the floor. Now just watch, you're gonna see the foul right here. All right, good call. Now Barry runs over. Instead of just giving the referee the ball by running over, I don't know what he said because he had to try to do his shoelace thing. Rick Carlisle was stunned, and so was Barry.
Well, Davis missed the technical foul. And Chris Childs enters the game, replacing Jerome Williams. So now the Raptors go with a smaller lineup.
Yeah, and Detroit is small also. They have Barry, Stackhouse, and Atkins matching up.
Stackhouse back in for Detroit. 4 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Childs with a big basket, only his third, but it puts pressure on the Pistons who trail by 7.
They ran that screen and spot up, and they even got the switch because they had Davis going to the basket wide open.
Stackhouse, double team. Here's Atkins. The three-point shot doesn't go. Loose ball. And Atkins winds up with it.
Take your time.
Furious action and the reverse lay-in by John Barry. And it's a 5-point Raptor lead with under 3.5 to go in the fourth.
Great attack by John Barry. Caught everybody sleeping.
And what a great game 4 finish we have here. Raptors need the win to stay alive. Detroit wants to close it out. Alvin Williams with a tough shot against the grain.
The reason why this is so great is in games 1 and game 2, Alvin Williams and Peterson struggle. Well, in games 3 and game 4, they're totally out of the struggle category.
Here's Stackhouse driving to the basket. Stackhouse with 13 and a 5-point lead for the Raptors.
Well, for him, that's being quiet. 5 for 17 from the floor tonight. 11 in game 3. But right now, you got to step up and be talented. Just play hard. Things will come to you. They need solid defense here now.
And they're going to call the offensive foul. Antonio Davis down low against Ben Wallace called for the foul and a timeout with 2:38 remaining in regulation. Pistons have been uphill virtually the entire night, trailing by 5.
This weekend, all the drama all weekend long is on TNT. Saturday night at 8, take on Absolute Power. And Sunday at 8, don't miss Hard to Kill. It all starts this weekend on TNT.
Why spend a little more for a John Deere lawn tractor? The same reason you spend a little more time working on your yard. Because at the end of the day, it's worth it. The award-winning John Deere LT Series. Welded frames for durability, professional cut quality, exceptional versatility, and the support of thousands of knowledgeable John Deere professionals nationwide. The John Deere LT Series. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Well, if you're watching a great drama, you get everything. You know, you get
warmth, you get passion, you get sadness. You have to have drama in order to have comedy, and you have to have comedy in order to have drama. It offsets. If somebody's walking down the street and they slip on a banana peel, it's dramatic to them, but hysterically funny to you.
Get off my line before I hang you too.
On June 2nd, one frontier.
They're coming to take your land. Nobody told me nothing about fighting.
One battle.
Throw the guy!
Daddy man that doesn't take his chance. He's a coward. One king.
You know damn well what kind of man I am.
From TNT and Hallmark Entertainment, a dramatic new Western. Patrick Stewart. King of Texas. See the world premiere Sunday, June 2nd at 8 on TNT. We know drama.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta, a seemingly relaxed Chris Webber getting ready for Game 4 between the Sacramento Kings and the Utah Jazz. The Kings with a chance to close it out. Meantime, the rookie from Russia, first-team all-rookie Andrei Kirilenko getting in some last-minute reading. I believe that's the paperback edition, the Russian translation of the Hubie Brown classic, Never Foul a Jump Shooter. Back to you guys.
And that was a great seller throughout all of Europe, Ernie. You're absolutely right. So that one follows us, Sacramento and Utah. And the Raptors getting a standing ovation. 80-75, Toronto leading Detroit. Each team has 2 full timeouts left. Detroit also has a 20. Pistons with 2 fouls to give. Toronto has 1. And Wallace out of bounds, and it's last touched by Davis with 8 on the shot clock.
Anytime that they rotate the ball into Ben Wallace, they will stay tight out on the perimeter people, and they will allow Antonio Davis to play him one-on-one.
John Barry misses the reverse layup, but gets it back. And there is Stackhouse hitting a basket. Stackhouse cuts the lead to 3.
Well, we said he got to step up now, and he just did. That was a big, big, big shot.
15 for Stackhouse, and he becomes the Pistons scoring leader. 2 minutes remaining.
That's
Antonio Davis. Antonio Davis off the screen and spot up. Again, it's 5.
We keep showing that game after game after game in this series. That's open.
There is Stackhouse. Offensive foul as he charged into Antonio Davis.
Yeah, he hit him, but it's also a flop. You know yourself. If Antonio Davis, if you were trying to get through his front door, you know, to break into his house, there was no way he would be falling down.
No, I wouldn't go over the fence. I wouldn't go through the pool. I wouldn't go in the back door.
That was a great flop. But we know that Stackhouse had that tendency when he's dribbling to go right into your chest.
140 on the
Here they come. Screen and spot up again.
Williams will take the shot. And the rebound and the loose ball foul. Ben Wallace getting the rebound for the Pistons. And that will be his 12th of the game, and a loose ball foul called against the Raptors. And Antonio Davis, and that'll be 5 on Antonio Davis. So Keon Clark had been the Raptor in foul trouble, but now Davis has 5 with 1:35 to go. The lead, 5 points.
The rules have changed. Now there is no up or down. Introducing Mach 3 Turbo. Total comfort whether you shave down or up. A new anti-friction coating on all 3 blades. Plus a new strip releases even more lubrication. So even against the grain, you get less irritation and the closest shave. It's turning the shaving world upside down. The revolutionary new Mach 3 Turbo. From Gillette, the best a man can get.
You're about to be treated like no man before. New Gillette Series Shave Gel with ingredients like tea tree oil to invigorate. You get a close shave and healthy-looking skin. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Armor All Protectant Wipes. Armor All Shine and Protection in a wipe.
1:35 to go, and there you see the situation. Toronto does not have a foul to give. Detroit does. How does Detroit, against this tough defense, make up 5 points with 1:35 to go.
There's plenty of time to go. That's number one. We also know that they've been able to get into the painted area. If they go to the basket, great. What you have to be careful with them, though, is they get into the paint and they kick the ball out and they shoot the three because they shoot a high percentage. At the other end, Toronto has run that screen and spot up twice. Once they get a score, the other time, Detroit switches and they had the mismatch. They had the point guard playing Antonio Davis, and they forced up the jumper. You have to read the defense now in this last 1:35.
Stackhouse will inbound. John Barry, Corliss Williamson, Cliff Robinson, and Chucky Atkins for the Pistons. Peterson has been a terrific defensive player in the last 2 games.
All right, they just made a big switch now. They just brought in Jerome Williams for Antonio Davis to match up with Corliss Williamson.
He sits down with 5. And a minute and a half remaining in the fourth.
Yeah, they're playing high-low. Robinson and Williamson.
And Williamson guarded by Williams, and the reverse lay-in. And the rebound by Jerome Williams. So the two who are traded for each other with a big skirmish inside, and the great defensive play that time by Williams.
Yeah, you can see that was an excellent play, a great spin move. Unfortunately, he missed the shot. No foul now, Detroit.
4 on the shot clock for Alvin Williams. He'll fire it up for 2, and Jerome Williams with a huge offensive rebound with under a minute to go. It's still a 5-point lead for Toronto.
Big thing right now, still no foul. The clock, they're got a number of possessions here. Big thing right now, solid defense. Try to hold Toronto to 1 shot.
And here is Williams again driving in, and the whistle before he goes up.
That was down on the baseline area.
And Detroit had 1 foul to give, and they gave it with 14 left on the shot clock.
Yeah, well, that was bad clock management right there, okay, because the shot clock was going down. Now you look up, they're going to have 14 seconds, see? This is a key time right now.
And Antonio Davis replaces Jerome Williams, who came in and did his job.
Well, they don't want to let a full 24 go off the clock.
And they foul Alvin Williams. John Barry fouls Alvin Williams, who will go to the line to shoot 2 with 36.2 and a chance to give the Raptors a 7-point lead.
And in that situation, Rick Carlisle told him to foul. Try to go for the steal, then get to the foul. Put the pressure on Alvin Williams to make the shots.
His first time to the free throw line tonight for Alvin Williams. And Jerome Williams coming in for Antonio Davis. So Lenny Wilkins playing the defense-offense substitution deal here.
Now Detroit, they have 1:20 and 1 full. Timeouts remain.
Alvin Williams with 13 points, 9 assists, only 1 turnover. They don't use a timeout. Atkins bringing it up. Half a minute remaining. And down by 7, and the pushing foul.
Yeah, they call a foul on Childs.
And Childs will send Atkins to the line, so that's the last thing the Raptors wanted to do.
That's right. A, you stop the clock. B, you give them a chance to take numbers off. Now, right now, you never assume that the other team is going to call a timeout. Big key right now, Atkins has got to make 2 for you.
3 of 5 now from the line, and they all hurt at this stage, don't they?
Well, if you make this, you're still only down 6, and there's 29 seconds to go. Do not assume that they'll call a timeout. You got to be careful of the Raptors taking it out of the net and going quickly.
It is a 2-possession game now, 84-78.
And now you're going to force you to foul.
And Williams is fouled by Barry.
What you want in that situation is you want to go for a steal first. You want everybody to match up, go for the steal first, or go for a trap. One of the two. If you don't get it, then you foul. But in that situation, they did not even attempt to go for the steal. Now all you're doing here, if this game can possibly go to 7 or 8.
Well, it's nearly 30 seconds away from going 5. As the Raptors, who were trailing 2-0, and having to go down the stretch without Vince Carter, winning 12 of their last 14, And Rick Carlisle looking up at the board and seeing the possibility that this series could go back to the Palace for the 5th and deciding game. 86-78, the Raptors right now in control as the Pistons call a timeout.
TNT's hit original drama returns with a special 2-hour season premiere.
Police, hold it! All unit! Shots fired!
She's got battle skills that are supernatural.
This June, New York's toughest cop is back. See the 2-hour season premiere, Witchblade, Sunday, June 16th at 8, only on TNT.
Hey, where are you off to?
Some conference in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, who with?
With Cooper.
Cooper.
Who's naughty on this plane?
This guy.
How much do you make?
Drink.
Because it's not as much as I make, I'll tell you that much right now.
Sort by shortest flights. Another way Expedia makes it easy to find the trip you're looking for.
Expedia.com.
Neither team with a foul to give. The Pistons have only a 20 timeout left. 27.5 down now by 8, Hubie.
Yeah, I'm happy for the fans here in Toronto. In spite of all of the problems during the course of the season, 40 out of 41 sellouts, 2 for 2 here in the series. Now, you know one thing that Toronto's in. Just don't foul a three-point shooter. You know that they're going to come down and fire threes here because of the fact that they are down 8. Try not to allow a man to dribble to the basket. If they shoot threes, make sure no long rebounds.
Kings and Jazz coming up next, and the playoffs continue from Salt Lake City. Coming up next on TNT, Dana Barros is in the game. Three-point shooting ability has not played in this series. He's been bothered with a hamstring, and Chucky Atkins with a lay-in, cutting the lead to 6. So it's a 2-possession game, and Childs is fouled by Atkins. Well, this crowd anticipating the Raptors, hoping to hold on, and tomorrow night they've got Game 7 of their Stanley Cup matchup right here at the Air Canada Center between the Maple Leafs and the Islanders. So a big sports week in Toronto. First things first, this game, Hubie.
Well, Detroit came out of that huddle and just ran a weave looking for a switch or looking for a breakdown in the defense, did not get it. And then they take it straight to the basket and score the quick. But now once that happens, then inbound pass, if you don't get a steal or a deflection, what happens? You foul, and now you're putting an outstanding free throw shooter on the line on the pressure. So I jinxed the guy, Chris Shot.
I know, but we won't tell him. Okay. Childs 1 or 2 in his first time at the line, and Detroit with only a 20-second timeout using their last timeout. So it is a 7-point game, but 14.5 seconds if the Pistons cannot come back, and Toronto holds to even the series. Game 5, the deciding game, would be Thursday night at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Want to remind you, Kings and Jazz. That should be a dandy coming up right after this one.
I like what we saw tonight in Toronto. The first half they struggled shooting. Keon Clark carries them on his shoulders. Big hair. In the second half, as soon as Clark picks up that fourth and had to sit down, everyone else chipped in. Sure, Detroit made their run, which you thought they would do, just like they did in Game 3. But then everyone chipped in. Mo Peterson with a great night. Williams with timely baskets. Davis on the screen and spot-ups, doing a nice job. Terrific team win for them.
Dana Barros in the paint. Time of the essence. Atkins hits a 3. So it's a 4-point game. And Childs,
unfortunately, in the head.
That's right. Gets hit in the head before they had a chance to inbound the ball. And that is going to be a flagrant foul.
Yep, see, because he hit him from the neck up. The referees are not going to have that. They are not going to have you hit the foul there. Foul the guy on the arms, foul him on the body, but do not hit him in the head.
They just inbounded it with Peterson to Childs, and the flagrant foul will send him to the line. The officials have done a terrific job of keeping this game under wraps.
They've been very consistent. Dick, you're right on it.
Bernie Fryer, Ron Garrettson, Mark Wunderlich, all of them, you're right, have been on top of this one. And Childs makes it a 2-possession game with only 7.8.
Well, Childs, an 82% foul shooter. You know, all throughout his career, he's been excellent under pressure. And these 3 games, games 2, 3, and 4, Chris Childs, with Achilles problem, has really stepped up and played big.
And it'll be interesting to see how the Pistons respond after these 2 games. But they'll do it before their home fans on Thursday night as the Toronto Raptors have won their 2nd in a row. Remember, only 6 teams have come back from an 0-2 deficit in a best-of-5, and the Raptors are in position to become the 7th if they can win on the road Thursday. A gutty win for Toronto, led by Morris Peterson with 20, Keon Clark, a double-double with 19 points, 16 rebounds, and Chucky Atkins, 20 in defeat for the Pistons. Let's send it out to Cheryl Miller.
Well, Mo, you guys send this series to a Game 5. You send this game to a Game 5. What is it about this team? When you guys have your backs to the wall, you seem to come out and respond extremely well.
I don't know what it is. I think it just shows the character of this team. You know, we could have easily folded when we lost 13 games in a row this season, but we didn't. And, you know, Ryan Antonio's back, having guys come in and work out, I think that's been the biggest adjustment for us.
The first 2 games offensively, you struggled. What was different for you tonight?
Well, I just been trying to find my shot. You know, I knew I didn't play well at home, going back home. And I just want to take one game at a time, not try to do too much like I did first game, and just let the game come to me.
Mo, I'll see you in Detroit. All right, let's send it back to you, Dick.
All right, once again, our final score. The Raptors 89, the Pistons 83, and we'll be going to that Sacramento-Utah game in Salt Lake City after this break. So long, everybody.